Are you still holding your breath? You ready?
Ready?
I thought we were gonna do this shit for a minute. You guys fucking suck.
I thought you meant like I didn't think you meant 60 seconds.
Yeah.
None of us was holding our breath. We
yeah.
was talking.
I did
60 seconds. Hold your breath for 60 seconds.
I thought you meant just to take the big breath, and that was it. I didn't know it was like holding your breath for 60.
I pulled out the timer.
Damn, I thought the timer was for the podcast.
No, I never do that.
Well, that's the intro.
It's a pleasure to be on this episode.
Thank you for joining us again on another episode of the Moon Piece Podcast. I am one of three hosts, Danny, but to my left we have
Pure chaos.
and then to my right,
Armed and dangerous again, again,
and then to her,
again,
and then to her left.
The moon haunts you.
Daddy hates this.
No, I'm along for the ride. And so will you be today, because today we'll be reviewing Kimmy and I's top 5 anime openings, courtesy of Izzy. But before that, as always, we're going to get into what are we watching, what are we playing, and what are we saying. Well, Corey, how would you like to start?
We should actually say who our guest is.
Yeah.
We should actually say who our guest is. So we have
courtesy of Izzy.
We have a special guest on the podcast today. If you've seen my YouTube channel, you've definitely seen him before, and you probably hate him. This is what we would call the worst musician ever.
Oh,
our boy Izzy Man on the pod today. Izzy is responsible for creating the Moon Piece Podcast intro song. So
if you didn't know, now you know.
It's a mix of Sailor Moon and One Piece if you guys have not really caught on to it. But thank you for being on the podcast, man. The 44 episodes later.
Hell yeah. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. Listen, 4 is a lucky number, so 44. And when I say lucky, like I make my own luck. So that's a good number.
Gambling man?
Gambling man.
You play poker?
He plays One Piece.
Yeah, I play One Piece, so that's gambling enough, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, you got every alt leader.
Opening packs is gambling.
Playing
the game, not so much.
True.
That's your strategy.
Okay, but we'll get into more about Izzy later on in the episode. I guess I should probably start with what I'm watching and what I'm playing.
Yeah, buddy, what have you been into?
So, Severance Season 2 has aired, and the first
a lot of people are talking about it.
It's so good.
Really?
It's so I'm always singing the song in my head, like the intro song to it.
Okay.
It is. If you were into Westworld at any point in time, like at any point in time, I know a lot of people fell off of Westworld. You know what I mean? And I totally respect. I hung out basically the whole way through.
Okay.
Right? Was I confused after a while? 100%. I did not. By the time Aaron Paul showed up in Westworld, I didn't know what was going on.
It was a different show.
I was like, I guess.
What is Westworld? I don't know anything about it.
Oh man, that's such a loaded question.
Okay, no worries.
Before you get into that, do you think it's justified to get a whole Apple like TV situation just for Severance?
So that's what's hard about like the Apple TV
trials and stuff.
Like, because eventually you're gonna have to like not have the trial, right? So at this point, we're talking about paying, right? We're not.
How much is it?
Like $9.99. I could be wrong, right?
It's not the worst.
It's not the worst, right? So
I used a trial for Monarch, so that was me.
The thing about Apple TV is and I've said it before in past episodes, it really is quality over quantity. So like you're not gonna have a big library, but if you just decide to watch everything they have, I don't think you'll be disappointed. Like I love Ted Lasso. I didn't think I was gonna love Ted Lasso, and being into Ted Lasso, and at the same time watching Blue Lock got me into soccer a little bit more. And then I started playing FIFA a little bit. And like now I understand football a little bit better.
I understand it now.
There's also Maya Rudolph's Apple TV series, Something Fool's Money or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's also gas.
Yeah, so I haven't watched that. I watched the one with Harrison Ford, the therapy one, whatever.
Oh, that's
Shrinking.
one
There we go. I watched that.
The morning show is good too.
I want to watch that
with
because I was like, that
Jennifer
looks
Aniston and Reese
Yeah,
Witherspoon.
that was
that
really
looks
good.
cool. I watched this thing called Bad Sisters. I told you about that before.
Yeah, you have.
Really, really good. And like now I got into Severance, and I'm like,
And Godzilla's monsters.
it's such a good mind fuck, bro. Like it really is entertaining to watch, and it's so much mystery. And it has the same thing that Westworld had in regard to that mystery, where it's like, I said it before, it's like you're airing the line between what's moral and what's not, because you can separate like they do something to your brain so that whenever you go to work, which is like in this lower level like elevator thing, whatever personality and who you are inside is completely separate from who you are on the outside. So like as a premise, I know a lot of people have felt like, oh man, I wish I would totally have two different personalities. But then like at that point in time, it's like the person that's at work, when do they become like their own person and a real person? But like you're not giving them the option. They don't have the option to choose when, because like they don't have the same rights as the Audi, they call it. The Audi and the Innie have two different lives. So like there's a little bit of like kind of like oppression a little bit, because it's like, okay, what, are you not a real person? You are. You have your own life experiences. You feel. You have all. It's an interesting like just series to get into. It's only one season. Well, it's in season 2 now. The first episode came out. First season's eight episodes. So like it's
Super
a quick
short.
It's a quick watch. It's not even hour-long episodes. It's not even that long.
Okay.
Ben Stiller did his thing with this because
he directed this.
Oh,
Yeah, bro.
I didn't know that.
they took over Grand Central, and then they did a whole thing with them like acting like they're in their like cubicles inside Grand Central. So
Oh, I saw
that.
yeah.
it's a good watch. I'm really, really enjoying it. Well, what's his name is in it? Something Turturro, the dude from the Batman, John Turturro.
Which one is that one?
He was Carmine Falcone.
Oh,
Yeah, so he's in there. He's good. I really, really
cool.
enjoy it.
I saw one small clip of like Ben Stiller looking like he was running in the back rooms, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, definitely recommend it. What else am I? There's this new anime. It's an isekai. I'm watching an isekai. It's been a while since I picked up one. Red Ranger gets sent to another world.
That's the one you sent us, right?
Yeah.
I have to watch
I
that.
saw a clip of that.
2 episodes in. Listen.
It's brand new, right?
Yeah, 2 episodes in. Just came out. I'm not going to tell you it's fire. I'm not going to lie to you right now. I'm not going to lie to
It's
you.
an isekai.
But it's an isekai. It's a Red Ranger who gets isekai'd after like dying in a final fight in like his Power Ranger world. He gets isekai'd, but he still has all his Red Ranger powers.
Oh.
So like I know we're all anime pros here, you know, like, and we all know what isekai means and stuff. So like, but like just in case for the people out there who might not know, like,
Okay,
what does that mean?
isekai is when a human or a character who dies in their world,
Usually by a truck.
usually by a truck.
Stereotypically.
We call him Truck-kun. You must beware Truck-kun at all times.
Especially in New York.
Yes, OD.
Any major metropolitan area.
And usually what happens is the said character wakes up in another world. Sometimes it's medieval themed. Most of the time it's medieval themed.
Fantasy. Yeah, medieval.
Most of the time it's
Most,
fantasy.
if not all.
Yeah. And then usually the person who gets isekai'd, killed, sent to this another world is most of the time a loser.
Yeah.
But sometimes they do some cool stuff where it's not a loser.
Right.
It's like it gives them an opportunity to reset and
be
try
better.
again and be better.
Got it.
Now, sometimes the person gets to show up in their own body, and sometimes they reincarnate as a baby and they still have their adult mind.
Or anything in between.
Spider, a slime.
A slime.
A spider, a slime,
Anything.
anything.
A vending machine.
A vending machine.
Sometimes they
Yes.
get powers.
A cell phone.
Sometimes they do get powers. Yeah.
And they get power sometimes. So, but in this isekai,
It's like
Oh.
Digimon. You ever watch Digimon?
Yeah.
Digimon's
there
an
you go.
isekai,
Is
technically.
They don't die.
They
No,
get sent
they
to they get sent to another world.
Yeah, but most of the time for an isekai, they die.
Not all the time.
No, it's
There are
Rising of the
some-
Shield Hero. You don't die.
I don't know. Most of the ones I've seen,
He
they
just
all
got
die.
transported. Yeah, there's some of them where you just get transported.
Yeah.
Digimon's an isekai.
Okay.
That's
Never thought of
Digimon's
that.
an isekai.
Yeah. The OG.
So this Red Ranger loses in a battle against his final boss in his world, and then he gets sent to a fantasy world. And bro, the name, because you know how like Super Sentai has like really, really weird names for their forces and things like that. And this, I'm going to get it wrong. I swear I'm going to get the
But
name
what is
wrong.
it?
The name of their force is like the the connection, the love connection force. Like they're all about bonds and connections and they like, bro. But it's Super Sentai. You know what I mean? So like you know how usually you'll have like a dinosaurs, cars, like but like when it's like corny, like that type of Super Sentai, they lean into like the dumbest tropes. Like we're the condiment, like they're like condiments, like as their names and stuff like that. So like they call like some of the villains like the heartbreakers or the people who hate bonds and hate relationships and things like that. They're always trying to like break people up. Dang. He gets into another world, but he still is able to turn into the Red Ranger. Okay. But in this world, everybody's like, what's this dude's deal? Because all the things that usually happen to Power Rangers when, like, you know how when they transform and then an explosion happens? Yeah. The explosion happens. Everybody's like, why didn't an explosion just happen? There are people like, one, they're like, he's OP as fuck, right? So people are like, there's no mana. He has no mana. He has nothing. They're like, why is there fire? Why is he doing all this stuff to transform? And then he's taking out all the stuff, and then he's like summons like the one where like some of the weapons where you need everybody to like work together to do it, and he's like forcing other people like who like are from this world, like he's like, guys, we need to work together so we can do this. We need to connect our bonds. They're like, everybody's like, what are you talking about? They're like, okay. He's like, so they shoot like a beam. They try to shoot like the V laser thing. Yeah. It doesn't work. And he's like, oh no, our bonds weren't strong enough. We have to work on our bonds, guys. Stop. And then eventually, like, it does work. Oh, he's able to also bring out the Megazord. Dang. What? But the bonds, like all the like, it's so stupid and silly.
I need a silly thing.
I'm just here for the laugh, bro. Because like all the characters in that world are like, this is so corny. And this is the world you're from? Like, what do you mean? Like, he's like, the kids love it. They're like, they're like, oh my God. But they're like a medieval fantasy world, like dealing with the Red Ranger.
Does he get a harem in this? Another trope.
It's only 2 episodes.
You always get a harem.
I mean, his first cohort to travel with is a very busty beige girl.
Sure. I've always.
Well, like we all know what isekai is in this room, so like I'm so glad that we all shared in the explanation.
Yeah,
make sure you talk into the mic.
This was an experience.
Yeah, it was a very good experience, and I'm glad that we all just willingly talked about isekais and
made a connection.
Everyone knows exactly.
The bonds are strong.
He learned something new today, guys.
Yeah, no, I've known this the whole time.
It's okay. Everybody's so creative. Dr. Stone.
How nice. Is that? It's the final season, right?
Listen, man, I know what I'm getting into when I'm going to Dr. Stone, and I just have a little fun time watching these guys invent little things.
Science.
I'm having, it's just like it's just a different pace from like all the other like action-y things I'm watching. Like I'm right now, I'm looking with all the stuff going on in the Sawardo. I need a chuckle.
Yes,
agreed. You know what I mean? So like I'm having a good time with Dr. Stone. I think this is the final season.
Honestly, I just want to know why did everyone turn to Stone? That's all I care about at this point. I watched 2 seasons and I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
I know already because of a YouTube video, but I'm still looking forward to the journey to see how it plays out. Because I just saw like little details for the most part.
It's all about the journey.
But I'm having fun with Dr. Stone, and I'm trying to think I don't think there's anything else out, so I think I'm done from here.
All right. Castlevania Nocturne Season 2.
Oh.
I saw a clip on TikTok, bro.
Holy shit.
That shit looked gas. Like I saw a clip of him fighting. I was like, "Oh no, this is animation."
Did you watch it?
I've not watched it.
I've only seen the first 2 episodes, so I want to.
Of season 2 or 1?
The first one.
Yeah,
first season.
Yeah.
Well, there's Castlevania, and then there's Castlevania Nocturne.
The other one,
yeah. I remember you guys didn't know it was a video game.
Yeah. That was like a year ago.
Which is so funny. Yeah, I grew up playing like all the Castlevania games.
Really?
When the anime came out, I was like, "Oh, this is lit," and then I watched the first few episodes of season 1, and I was like, "This is really good."
And then you stop.
And then I stopped because that's just what I do.
Now I know why Arcane took so long to like come out with the season 2, because clearly they were putting a lot of effort in Castlevania, because Castlevania Nocturne season 1 came out like last year. So I was super surprised that we got it so fast. And oh my God, season 2 is just as good as the first season, just as good as any other season of Castlevania, honestly. Because Arcane came out like 2 months ago, so like it's going to be in like
and that was 3 years in between
for 2025. So honestly, Castlevania Nocturne might give it a run for its money as far as like story, animation, hands. It was so good, so much great character development for all of the characters. So like, did you watch the first season?
I've never watched any of Castlevania.
Oh, okay. So we'll watch that together.
No, I don't want to.
You don't want to watch any of Castlevania?
I'm good.
Do you need
Why?
to watch
I think it's because I
first-
don't feel like I
No.
deserve to watch it.
What do you
No, you
mean?
can watch Castlevania Nocturne season 1 and then season 2. That's
Because
fine.
I just
You don't need to watch
I'll
the
wait till
original
they finish.
Castlevania.
Got it. So you can
Yeah.
just jump right into Nocturne.
Yeah, you could just jump right in.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll jump into the Nocturne thing, but I don't feel like I deserve to because I've never, and this is a me problem. It's just like this weird thing I have because I never tried to entertain the video games ever.
I've never even
And I
heard
know-
of the video games before
I
the show.
know,
It doesn't
but
matter. You can still watch.
But I have, so I feel bad partaking now in something that I've been kind of like,
No,
I'm good.
that makes no
No.
sense.
That's just I said it's a me problem. It don't make no sense. But you ever feel like that sometimes? You feel guilty why something is like I'm not even a fan of it. Should I be watching this?
It's not like you're a bandwagoner. For
No,
some reason,
yeah.
I'm not hearing a lot of people talk about this.
I've heard
And
some people.
It's a sleeper right now.
A friend of mine was going off saying that they think Castlevania is the best thing Netflix has animated, low key, and
No,
I was
I'm-
like,
The clip I saw on
telling
TikTok,
you,
bro, look gas.
The choreography, it's so smooth. It looks so good. Honestly, kudos to whoever's behind Castlevania Nocturne. And thankfully, they left it open for a season 3.
okay,
I'm super excited. I'm super interested in just like seeing where else these characters go. Because I honestly, I don't think there's a single character in the whole cast that I don't like. I love Castlevania Nocturne season 2. Crushed it. There's only 8 episodes too.
Yeah.
okay.
So
it seems easy to watch.
they're
And
30
like-
minutes.
And also like what Corey was saying, like feeling guilty about watching something like, oh, I'm not a Castlevania fan. Should I watch this? I feel like that's why they create these things.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, all right, so now you like the show, go play the game.
Listen,
you know?
you guys are valid, but I know I'm not gonna play the game, and it's just
You don't need to.
just a weird quirk.
I wouldn't be
It's a weird-
surprised if they come out with a new Castlevania video game though.
It's the
True.
same. It's the same reason I
Because-
won't watch the Fallout show.
Oh,
Well, I
okay.
I
What?
watched the Fallout
know,
show, and I
I
didn't.
said I'm not saying you should even follow this rule, girl.
You should explore this.
I'm
side of
saying it's a
yourself.
me problem. It's just a
Mhm.
weird me
Ah.
problem.
It
You
is
should
weird.
self-reflect.
Yeah, you
See what's
should.
going on there.
Hey, listen. The first step is being self-aware. I'm aware of it. I know it's dumb.
Let's take that next step,
I'm
brother.
not. I'm not even trying to defend it. That's why I'm not even saying you should follow the rule. I'm like, you can keep on saying that you do that. I'm like, I'm not telling you to follow my set.
I will. The only thing I will say about the Castlevania game situation, there's like 20 plus games in the history of it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I would suggest
been around since
there are
the
a few
NES
games that
era.
are like timeless classics. Castlevania Symphony of the Night that came out for the PlayStation, it literally defied a genre. They call it Metroidvania,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
that's the game that'll like change it. Like it changed my life.
Okay.
So like, I would suggest to play it.
When was the last
Nice.
game? When was the last time a Castlevania game came out?
I want to say like in 2011,
That's not that long ago.
2012. Like they like Shadows of the
You
Damned. I
forget how
believe.
long.
She
10 years.
said 13.
Oh,
Yeah.
they do like compilations. Like they had a bunch of compilations for the Switch that
Yeah.
came out a couple years ago. So.
Okay.
It's also just been around
Yeah.
since the NES era, right? Or
Right.
SNES.
NES.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
it's been around for forever.
Yeah, no, honestly, especially I don't know anything about the games. But as far as the shows are concerned, this is probably my favorite vampire franchise.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Like the vampires, I really like a lot of the characters.
I just
yeah.
want to cosplay Drolta. That's all I want to do.
Girl,
did-
wait
they
till
did-
you see her in season 2.
Oh,
Bro, when I told them, I was like, yeah, bro, they in Smash Brothers. He's like, whoa, did not know this was a video game. This shit was crazy.
RuPaul's Drag Race season.
you're back
uh,
again.
Yeah. This is the regular season. This is no All Stars,
Okay.
no Global All Stars. It's another regular season. Still too early to talk about any of the queens, but I'm loving it so far. Reason why I bring it up right now is because Traitors season 3 is currently ongoing, and oh my god,
Is it Bob
everything
on
I
there?
wanted. Bob the drag queen, winner
Yes.
of season 8, is on there,
Oh.
and they are a traitor. They were selected, which I was very upset about because I feel like drag queens in like the previous 2 seasons, they're kind of like always a target.
Mm.
And Bob is a very outspoken person. He's hilarious. He is so funny. So Zac Efron's brother is on there, the one that he did that Netflix TV show. I think his name is Dylan. I don't know.
forget he
Dylan
has a
Efron is
brother.
on there. And he kind of clocked Bob from the beginning. And Bob is not somebody that you like he will let you know. If you come after him, he will come after you.
Okay.
So at one of the roundtable meetings, Dylan Efron like confronted Bob in front of everybody. He's like, I think you're a traitor. I think that you're very outspoken. You're clearly the leader of everybody here, and you're kind of like moving things around in a way that suits you. And I think that's very traitorish. and Bob's just coming after him like, you don't know what you're talking about. You have no evidence. You're lost. You're so misguided. That should be your drag name, actually. Welcome to the stage, Misguided.
Oh,
Like, in front of
damn.
Oh, I saw that clip.
Yo.
I saw that clip.
Smoked him. When I tell you that boy stayed quiet the rest of the night, it was so funny. Then the next day, he's confronting him again. And Bob's like, oh my God, again with this? Why are we going through this again? And he's like, Dylan Efron's like, I feel like I grew up, you know, I know when people are acting, like, I know when people are putting on like a face, like I grew up with an actor. And Bob's like, yeah, not a good one.
Oh!
Yo.
Damn.
He is good though.
He is good. Nah,
I love Zac Efron.
I know.
No, but like actually, Zac Efron's a fantastic actor. So
I don't know
Yo,
if Bob's
That
apologized.
Iron Eagle.
High School Musical was 19 years
Quality.
old, guys.
stop. I know.
Oh my God, 19
years
gag.
old.
17 again for me.
It's just like,
Oh,
yeah, that's before
17
my
again was
time.
fantastic.
No, I watched it. The first one.
It's
Did you?
iconic. Yeah.
I'm trying to think,
I
when was
never
that? 2006?
Yeah, I watched it. It was
2005.
like on my way out of the Disney Channel
Yeah.
movie.
2005.
You know, but I watched the first one.
Okay.
It's iconic.
Yeah, Solo Leveling season 2 is
Yes.
still going on.
Mm.
4 episodes are out right now.
Is
or-
it 4?
I think it's
I think I watched
three.
the first 3.
No, I think the 4th one comes.
fourth
out
one comes
tomorrow.
out Saturday.
Yes.
Boy, they
Wait,
hated me.
Thursday.
They mad at me on TikTok. Boy.
Yo,
Why?
Not just
Mad at
TikTok,
me.
Instagram too.
Yeah, the Instagram.
Wait,
dude, he don't know what
why?
he's talking about.
They think Corey's take on Solo Leveling not being merchandisable is trash.
Wow.
It's because listen,
Or that it's not going to reach that height of popularity.
listen, guys.
I mean, from a marketing perspective, he
You
was
gonna
correct.
double down, stand on business?
100%. I went to school. I literally have a college degree in this. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like, I literally went to school for this, and I actually care. My opinion doesn't jade. Just because I like something, I can also say
Critique
to
it.
myself, not even critique. I can say to myself, yeah, this ain't for everybody.
Mhm.
Mm.
This is not gonna like everybody and they
girls who watch this TV show.
What?
Yo,
Is that
man,
somebody
and
said?
that's the hilarious part. My point mainly about Soul Leveling is so far, and based on what you've told me, this show is mainly appeals to men 18 to 34. You know your demos, you know your impressions, you know how ratings work. If you only appeal to one demo, which that demo is the demo that buys the least merchandise and spends the most, they're the worst at spending. That they don't spend money on things. The demo that does spend money on things is women 25 to 54. That is your
Period.
strongest demographic.
25.
Even better
25,
if you
54.
go adults 25, 54.
Yep.
If something only appeals to that set of people, guess what, baby girl? You ain't gonna be able to sell as much merchandise. You're also like not gonna have as much people buying the merchandise, and you're
Yep.
probably not gonna create merchandise that appeals to people outside of your demo already.
Mhm.
Will you have a little plushies about your little shadows? Sure, you're gonna have a couple of those, but we're talking about you don't know when you're getting season 3. I already know season 2 is apparently gonna go all the way through mad material that people didn't plan on it because they're gonna skip a lot of the slower and kawaii moments. I guess.
Really?
Can't assume. They said that they're speed running through whatever arc this is, and when this, if you look, I guess if you look it up, I don't read it, so I'm not gonna look
Yeah.
it up. So they're gonna speed run through a lot of content to get this to a certain point. You don't know when you're gonna get season 3, and like I said, if there's not multiple characters to sell to multiple different people, so there's a character for everybody that they can see themselves in, you just won't sell as much merch if it's just one guy. If it's one guy
If there's only 1 or 2 Hot Topic shirts, it's not gonna happen.
and it's all Sun Jin Woo shirts,
Yep.
and like, and then the best you got for me after is the shadows. Okay, cool. For the guys, you're gonna love it, Danny. You're gonna love it. If they make a bunch of Soul Leveling shirts right now in Uniqlo, you're gonna love it. But I don't see a bunch of kids and girls loving it.
They
And it's-
finally did add one shadow that had like a personality, which is
Yeah.
cute.
And I know that that's gonna also show. Like I
Yeah.
know that they will get personalities,
Eventually.
but that's different than a whole character. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? It doesn't hit the same as like having. Sorry, but like they hated that I used My Hero as an example because people just don't understand that My Hero was the most popular thing from season 1 to 3.
For like 10 years.
I used it as the example.
Well, no, we both did. Like,
Oh, okay.
because I also sliced it up in the TikTok clip a little bit. So like I knew it was gonna piss them off, but like
yeah.
to sit there because you think My Hero's quality is bad and not just sit there and be able to admit that it was at one point the biggest anime.
Absolutely.
Like, did you ever watch My Hero?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to anymore.
Stop. Actually.
Like, and I don't even love My Hero that much,
Yeah.
but like I
He
can
has a
sit
tattoo of it.
I
so
can
you
ad-
know.
Right.
Yeah, she says that
every time.
Because he acts like he hates it.
You know what it is, Kimmy? I got this tattoo like 6 years ago when My Hero was peak. Exactly.
Poppin', yeah.
And to know how it ended, I'm just like,
Dang.
It's going to turn
now
into...
I just use this as a daily affirmation plus ultra.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
That's
so
great.
like refuting the actual popularity of the series, no matter how you feel about it,
Yeah.
is asinine. Listen, you could not like Drake, but you also can't deny Drake's popularity.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Like, yeah, it is like you can say whatever you want. Like, I don't his music and blah 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 blah. Still the
Man
most
sells
popular.
records.
Still
He
the top
sells
10.
records.
Like My Hero's a top 20 most popular anime of all time.
Yep.
Easily.
It'll
Yeah.
stay up there for a long time
Yeah.
too.
And my only thing in regards to the popularity conversation for Solo Leveling was I don't think it'll become like a top 20 most popular anime of all time.
Yeah.
Maybe not even 30. You know what I mean? Will it be popular? Will it have a great fan base?
Yeah.
Sure. There's plenty of anime like that. But they love using like, look at the ratings on Crunchyroll. Look how many views you got on Crunchyroll. I'm like,
It's not
go
the same.
outside. Go,
Not the same as
feel the
marketability.
streets. Feel the culture.
The grass.
Go to a con and see what people are dressing up as.
Yeah.
Guess what? People ain't going to dress up as Sun Jin Woo.
You don't even have an outfit, honestly.
That's another point. There's no
You can't dress up
cosplayability
as,
to him.
and then if you want to be the shadows,
Good luck. Yo.
I'll say this as like a light anime fan. I've heard of Solo Leveling.
Okay. Yeah.
If you showed me images of like, guess if it's a Solo Leveling or a different anime, I wouldn't be able to tell you.
There you go.
Yeah.
but then again, go ahead, continue how you feel about it so far.
No,
I'm sorry,
no,
I had to let people know.
I know. That's why I brought it up, honestly. There's really
Yeah,
not
no
much
business.
to say. There's only 4 episodes out.
Yeah.
We're kind of in a slow moment right now.
I'm also enjoying Solo Leveling, just so you guys know. I am enjoying the series.
No, it's going great.
I think it's fantastic. So far, I believe it's an 8 out of 10.
Hmm.
Getting that out there.
The only other thing I'm watching right now, and it's going to be a slow watch for me, I'm currently rewatching Supernatural.
Wow.
Yo, you choose the most random
Wow.
shows to
Bitch.
rewatch.
You know what it is?
I never watched it.
It's one
Me
of my
neither.
It's one of my favorite.
It used
TV
to
shows
scare
of
me
all
as a
time.
child seeing the trailers.
Still scares my girlfriend. She can
What is
only
so-
watch it with me.
I was like, should I
It's
even
not even that
waste an
scary,
actual-
honestly. It's like CW level quality show.
Right.
Like,
Well, now we
Buffy.
see that, but like as a kid, it's just like, I
Did
don't
you watch
know.
Supernatural?
No,
He's
my parents didn't let me.
oh,
They were like, "Psst, "What is that?"
Yeah,
the
it's shit like
devil.
that.
It's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
devil.
I love Supernatural. I've been watching. I mean, that show came out in like 2005, I think, and there's 15 seasons.
Mm.
I'll tell you right now, as a huge fan, there's no reason why that show should have 15 seasons. That's actually like ridiculous, and they know it too.
They
Like
know
after
it.
a while, and I can't wait to get to those episodes. After a while, they just do episodes just to have
Anything.
fun.
Yeah.
Like in one episode, the 2 main characters get isekai into another world where they play the actor versions of themselves.
Stop.
Yeah, I
I
heard
think I've
about
seen that clip
Yeah.
before.
That's so
Yeah, so the
funny.
2 actors are Jared Padalecki and Jensen Ackles, and so the 2 characters, Dean and Sam Winchester, get isekai into another world where they play Jared Padalecki and Jensen Ackles. And they're like, what kind of names are these? What are we talking about? We live in
God-
Texas?
Thank God we talked about isekais before this. So
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually so funny.
I love Supernatural. It's 15 seasons each, and this is the type of show where you have 20 episodes a season.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And they're 45-minute episodes.
Wow.
I'm kind of starting to miss the good old days, bro.
No, no,
No.
no. That's like, dude, that's just like too much filler.
Well, like-
too many like episodes where like,
Well, like Abbott Elementary has been so good, bro.
yeah.
That like I really just kind of miss low effort, like something I could watch weekly, like
But
that.
you need good writers.
Yes.
Because the thing is, like you mentioned, Supernatural. Like I've heard, obviously it's a strong show, but like I'm sure there are some episodes or some seasons that are stronger, and there's a lot of filler stuff,
Yes.
right? And then you get like a show like, say, like Breaking Bad or other type of shows that have like 10, 15, 20 episodes, but the writers are just on point. Comedies like Abbott Elementary, like back in the day, you watched the sitcoms that you used to love. Like, yeah, the jokes are easy, but it was consistent. It was strong. And I'm like, yeah, I'm here for 25 episodes of this.
Yeah. As long as it's got the writers, you know what I mean? I just
Yeah.
kind of miss the weekly format of that. Like the fact that it takes a little winter break, you get like 2 or 3 weeks off, you start to miss a little bit, and then it comes back and you're like, oh, it's here. Like I really did enjoy like when like the Arrowverse was in its prime, bro.
Yeah.
Like when the Arrowverse was in its prime, that
Girl.
weekly experience,
Unmatched.
even when it was the
Unmatched.
filler episodes,
Yeah.
that weekly experience, you was like,
It was great.
you know what?
We're never gonna get a show like Arrow.
I mean,
I don't think so.
Did you watch The Flash? Or no?
I watched The Flash. I
The
watched
Flash
Arrow.
and Supergirl.
Yeah,
Flash
I
was good
watched
for like
season
3
one
seasons.
of Supergirl.
How long you think Arrow was good for?
I didn't watch Arrow. That was the only one
I
I
haven't
didn't.
finished
But
it.
I watched Flash.
Well,
and
how far did
Supergirl.
you got?
I got far 2 seasons, and then whatever crossovers they did with the Flash.
Yeah.
I got
And then
to
that's
season
it.
7 of Arrow. I got to season 4 of Flash. Once Arrow, I felt like Arrow dropped off after like season 6, season 7. Once they started doing the crossovers, I think is when they started to fall off.
Yeah.
Why? Because the writers started to get spread out over too many
Yes.
shows. Instead of having one good show, they had 4 mediocre shows.
Yes.
But what an endeavor! They really tried.
Right.
They did.
They really
Then
like.
they fumbled the bag.
They
man.
did. They
Listen, they fumbled
Yeah.
it, but I wanted. We'll never get that again.
That's what I'm saying.
We'll never
Yeah.
get that again. You know what I
No.
mean? And that is the last effort we'll ever have. And I gotta say, they didn't do the worst job ever. You know what I mean?
I agree,
Every
I
single one of
agree.
them shows has at least one good season.
Yeah.
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 Except
1,000%.
Batwoman.
You have failed this
I
city.
forgot Batwoman counted.
Love that.
Yeah, I never watched that
You
one.
Have Failed the City is a classic, bro.
Yeah, they turned literally Green Arrow was a
Into
joke
Batman.
character into Batman, and I'm like, I'm here for it.
Genius.
They literally
Yeah.
turned him into
So good.
Batman.
Yeah.
Especially the guy who they cast to play it. I forgot his name. Oh, Stephen Amell.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
I think people hate him now.
What? Why?
Yeah.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah,
no.
just
yeah.
bring your chips back in. Bring your chips back in.
But back in the day, he was prime.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
He said, what? He said,
Rest
yo,
in
he was
power.
like, no, my Shayla. my Shayla.
All right, Kimmy. What about you? What you been watching?
Okay, so I told you guys last time that I've been watching the old school Ranma 1/2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's been good. Now I know why I never saw it playing anywhere is because Ranma, girl Ranma. So have you heard the show, by the way?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
So it's basically this guy comes to this dojo, meets a girl, and the two dads are like, you guys are gonna get married so that we can inherit this dojo, all this family, all this stuff. But along the journey to get there, it turns out the dad and the guy, they fell into a pool of mystical magic, and now every time the guy, his name is Ranma, gets cold water on him, he turns into a girl.
Right.
So, and the dad turns into a panda. So,
as you fall into
Yeah.
magical.
so yeah,
Right.
so shenanigans happen, all that stuff. It's been great. They just recently remade it on Netflix. So it's only 12 episodes, really good. But I liked it so much, I started going back and rewatching the originals. So
What year did the original come out? It was like in the 80s, right?
it was old school. It was
It's
like
old, bro.
early 90s. I think it was early 90s.
Okay.
But yeah, girl Ranma, they got her naked all the time. All the time. Titties out. Nipples there. I was like, oh, this is why they don't have it. This is why it's never shown. But it's like, I don't, because they're like, oh yeah, it's the guy one that they're sexualizing. So I was like, oh, I know they confused a lot of people back in the day with this one.
Mm.
So, but it's just really funny. It's the old school 90s charm. A1. So good. Loving it. But yeah, so I'm watching that. I know I didn't finish it in time, but I've been enjoying Squid Games. I'm on episode 4. I'm almost done.
Well, me and Danny finished it, so
They
I guess
finished
we
it.
can let you two talk about whatever you want to talk about you've seen so far. Because Izzy's on episode 3.
3.
Episode 3. Yeah.
So what's your critiques on Squid Game so far? Now that you're not all the way through.
They're building up really hard, which I'm enjoying. I'm like super anxious about it because you're just like waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Wait, you're on episode 4, right?
Yeah.
So you're in the games already.
Yeah, I finally made it to the
Is
games.
it you too, though, right?
I
If you're on
think it's
3?
like
It's about to start.
it's
I
about
think.
to start.
Oh, okay. Because you
Yeah.
only watched the first 2.
Yeah, I watched
Okay,
the
so
first
he
2.
just
I'm
Oh,
got
so you're
knocked
starting
up
out.
to 3.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
you just got knocked out in the limo.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I just watched the 4th episode, so I'm technically up to 5, I think.
Yo, what
But
did you
yes.
guys think about that first? Because a lot of people say that the first episode, that was the biggest critique, that it started off super slow.
Mhm.
I loved the first
I
episode.
thought it was fire.
Yeah.
The Russian roulette game?
Oh yeah, crazy.
I
Yo,
didn't- I
rock,
didn't-
paper, scissors -1?
Yeah.
And the guy had the 2 rocks?
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, bro. Honestly, homie, like the recruiter dude, kind of baddie.
He's a
He's a
baddie.
baddie.
I've been saying
He's
this
kind of a
forever.
baddie, bro. I'm
He's
not gonna
so
hold you.
hot.
Well, hold on. Are we all watching in sub?
I watched
Yes.
dubs. I
You watched the whole thing in dub?
the whole thing.
Oh, that means you hate Thanos.
No, I don't. I loved his character. I didn't hear the English speaking.
Go back and look it up.
I'll watch clips. I'll
Yeah,
watch
watch
clips.
clips.
I
Alright.
understood it, yeah. Because he's just like, I see you, girl. Like randomly, he'll
Yeah.
say random English
welcome,
words.
Welcome to a Thanos world.
Yeah.
I know you.
He's so silly.
No, I think the vibe changed, and I'm also like confused. You know, also you have to remember when the first season of Squid Games came out, I don't think anyone was really watching it like once a week. Like you watched the whole thing.
Well, no, it all dropped.
That's what I'm saying. Like you watched the whole thing and you talked about it. That was years ago, and it's like then you come back like 2 whatever years later, and you're like, what happened? Who's this? What's that?
And that's
then,
why I say binge culture ruined TV.
It really did. Because then like you're watching the first episode, and me and my girlfriend are like confused. Like, wait, what's happening? Why did his hair change color? Like, what was the reason why he changed it to red, and then all of a sudden now it's not red again?
Did you skip the recap?
Well, we watched the recap, but again, it was
still,
like,
yeah.
oh,
He
yeah,
just
we
didn't
gotta
even
go back.
remember anything.
Yeah, it was just like
Valid.
a lot, you know. But to that point, like it was very different. I wish it was ramping up a little bit faster, but I also know that season 1 was just a lot, and I think season 2 is helping, set the tone for the rest of the episodes.
And what's
I'm
to
excited.
come with season 3? Because season 2 or 3 were filmed together. So
This season will just give you a different type of anxiety than last
Mm.
season. It's just a different version of it.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Let me ask: if you guys were in Gyun's position, would you?
I'm not a hero.
Would you try to go and stop these games after you won your money?
oh, absolutely not. Are you kidding me?
Because like, he's over here like doing the most, and I'm over here like, bro,
He's traumatized. He is so traumatized. He has nothing to live for.
I'm not a hero.
he has nothing to live for, or he has a daughter.
Well, clearly he doesn't love her enough because he
Yo,
was
Well,
a
it's not
fucking...
that. She's like she's still separated.
Yeah.
Like he's with the mother. I
Yeah,
think.
but he could even answer the phone with her.
He's just over here heavy breathing like a creep.
Well, like usually the answer to those things are plot.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah,
you don't have a story if you just.
Yeah.
We can do that to every series.
Yo, that shot where they walk into the room and he just has stacks
yeah.
of bills.
Yo,
In the hotel,
crazy.
it's crazy.
Oh my God. He's just like,
Honestly-
this is blood money. And I was like,
Yo, what's crazy is that he kind of just like left it there.
oh yeah, no.
Because
Because
He doesn't care.
he owns this
No, they
random
took him.
hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly feel like I might do what he's doing, but I feel like he's doing it in a weird way. Like I don't know. Like if I want to like get revenge, but I want to be like I want to Ocean's 11 this thing. You know, like
Ooh,
I want
heist.
to plan this out. I want to figure it out. Not like
he's rushing it.
right now. Yeah, he's rushing it.
I mean, he's been doing it for 2 years.
Whoa.
Right.
He's not rushing it.
Yeah,
He's
that's
been looking for them.
No, for
For
sure.
years.
Yeah, but like
But he's not formulating a. He's looking for them, but there's no plan. All doing
exactly,
is
he's like a
looking
dog
for
with the
them.
bone. Once he gets the bone, he's gonna be like,
He's
I don't know. He's been making the
Right.
plan. He got the armed forces. He's getting the people to search.
He had a plan, but the only thing that he had to take into account was he had to act on how they were going. No matter what, that was going to be on the fly, right?
They had plan A and plan B.
But he immediately had a crew. He figured out to go to every single train station to try to like lure them out. You know what I mean? Like that was a lot of planning.
And you have to remember too, like his plan right now is, at least in the first 2 episodes, I'm just gonna throw my money around and see who's gonna help me. My thinking is no, like find someone who's good at tracking people. Find someone who's like the expert in
like
like
a PI.
right, like like,
Bounty
again,
hunters.
in Ocean's 11, they're like doing
Got
a
a
heist
tech
for
guy.
this casino. Right,
Got a muscle guy.
they're trying to find like people in their industries, the top
But they
of their
did.
class.
He has the broker. The broker is specifically like a person that finds people. That's why everyone was going to that one dude to find people. And he was like,
Well, he
I'll
didn't
give you
find
more.
shit. He found a gang leader,
Yeah.
and then the gang leader knew those spec ops guys. But that's it. Like again, he needed a tech guy.
Yeah.
He needed a navigator. He needed a PI. He
did end up with stuff. I mean,
What did he end up with, bro?
No, I'm
God,
not.
I don't
I'm
wanna
not
say.
saying. I'm not saying that he didn't accomplish anything. I'm just saying that like he accomplished stuff. It felt messy. It felt rushed. My point is, yeah, he spent 2 years trying to figure things out, but it's like Danny Ocean was in jail for like 5 years, and
Yeah.
in his mind, with a box of scraps, homie made a
Right.
whole plan to take over the Bellagio with 10 other people.
I
wonder if he even took a course. I wonder if Guillaume even took a
Okay.
course.
I
or a
feel like
martial
that's
arts
too
class.
movie.
I feel like we're leaning into just like we're leaning into just dismantling
I'm
the
saying he needs to be
story
Vin
at this.
Diesel.
No, for sure.
He needed to be Vin
Yeah,
Diesel.
like
Right.
I think we've gone past critique and gone to like I would have just did this and the whole series would have been done.
Well, no. The question was, if you were in his position, would you have done that?
Regardless,
So-
no.
no,
Yeah,
I'm
for
not
sure.
his hero.
But that's what I'm saying. Like for me,
I
I think I would do it, but I would plan.
Yeah, but I do think at some point, and also you ain't seen the rest of it yet. You only seen the first 2 episodes. There's certain things, and you've seen the whole thing, you can't account for.
Yeah.
Especially because like we kind of understand why people can't find it. And then like also the authorities not even listening to you. So like you can't alert any high authorities. Then you have to get people to believe you and believe in this search. And then you have to fund these guys. You have to fund these guys for 2 years. And that won translated into American dollars ain't that much.
Yeah. He said 1 billion. How much is that in?
Well, it's like 4.56
like
billion
$30.
is like that ass like maybe like 30 mil.
Okay.
I think.
Really? Oh wow.
I mean, I ain't got it, right? I don't got it. I ain't got it, right? I don't got it. But like,
whatever.
but everything he went through,
Yeah.
and I could be wrong about the amount. Maybe it's not 30, but like it ain't, the skew is so crazy. So it's like you ain't got that much resources. So yeah, you got like cheap help in regards to these like thugs and shit like that. But these thugs are resourceful thugs because this is Yakuza type level people. Like I don't know, it's in Korea.
Yeah,
It's not the same. But you know,
that equivalent of the mafia.
yeah, like, and I don't think any tech guy was gonna be able to find these. But like the way that shit is coverted, you guys are like kind of just poking holes as if like you're the nostalgia critic right now, instead of just being like, yeah, this is just how the plot's going.
I was just having fun with it.
Exactly. It's just fun.
You said Ocean's 11, and I was like,
that's what I'm saying, you know?
Yep.
Oh, but
that's I've been watching that. But what about you? What have you been watching?
Can we talk about movies?
Yeah,
I
anything.
love movies.
So-
Bro, he just talked about
oh my god,
RuPaul Drag Race.
Sure. So like,
I have one movie
so I
after
watched
you.
these 2 movies recently. First, I want to talk about Nosferatu.
you're a fucking legend, bro. That's what I was. You're a fucking legend.
God.
I asked these
Let him-
bozos to watch it with me.
Nosferatu.
I wanted to watch it.
Okay.
You
I
didn't
did
ask
not
me.
want to watch it.
I'm gonna say this.
You didn't ask her. You asked
You
me.
didn't ask
I
me.
definitely asked.
I would have
as a-
loved. No.
Please tell me what you.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. So I don't know if you know the director Robert Eggers made a lot of really good films. The Witch. He made why am I blanking? But I know he made The Witch. No, he does a lot of cinematically striking movies. A lot of original scripts where it's like, damn, like the twists, the acting. Oh, The Lighthouse with Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson.
Didn't see that.
Insane. But like this movie, unfortunately, he didn't write it because Nosferatu is a remake, right?
Okay.
And I don't know if you know the story of Nosferatu,
Yeah, from SpongeBob.
I
right?
don't.
So,
I
well,
heard they
the
did.
story is Bram
Oh,
Stoker.
Nosferatu.
Bram Stoker wrote Dracula. Some homies in like Germany was like, I'm gonna make a movie. I don't care what Bram Stoker's gonna do. Literally make a movie called Nosferatu. Bram Stoker's fans like, bro, like that's my story.
Yeah.
So like they took him to court. Court's like, yeah, Bram Stoker, this is your movie. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take all the copies of Nosferatu, take them off, and we're gonna burn them. So the movie came out in like the 1960s, 1920s, 1922, and literally they burned like 99% of all the Nosferatu films.
Ooh.
It's crazy that they were able to save like a few canisters, and it still exists, right?
Wow.
But the Nosferatu movie is literally the standard Dracula movie. So if you've ever watched any Dracula movie, any Dracula story, it's this. So that's the only critique I have, is the story is just a standard, man goes to Transylvania, sees homie, some weird stuff goes down, and then there's some weird stuff that goes back down like at home. I don't want to spoil it if you've never watched a Dracula movie. But Robert Eggers, the acting, like he really directed this cinematic masterpiece. The pacing was really good. Honestly, so it was like about like what 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah, no, I would say like 2:15.
2:15. Honestly, I wish it was like 30 minutes shorter, but otherwise, really great acting.
You had Willem Dafoe, Nicholas Hoult,
Yeah.
Bill Skarsgård,
Oh, dude.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yo,
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe just in everything. I just found
Yeah.
out he was Gil from Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Oh, I knew that.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's so
Willem
funny.
Dafoe's
Everyone
the
loves the
homie.
hot fish.
Yeah.
Through the entire time watching Nosferatu, I was literally like this.
Yeah.
And
It's so what?
the Rose.
Yeah. Lily Depp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Johnny
Yeah.
Depp's daughter,
Johnny
right?
Yes.
Depp's daughter.
She did an amazing job.
I thought she was good, but there were some moments that like she was acting in like, like being affectatious with whatever the disease or the mental sickness, and people in the audience laughed because
yeah?
it was like it was a little bit of a mix of like serious, but like I don't know, son. Like it reminded me of her acting in The Idol.
I didn't watch that.
I heard that people didn't like her in that, but that was mostly the writing was very bad. But they liked that she seemed different in this one because it was actually better writing.
Right, exactly. And yeah, I mean, I would recommend it. Dude, I would highly recommend it. I do think it was a little long, so and it's not as like scary as you think. It's more like the dread.
I hear everybody wants to fuck the monster guy.
Oh, the funny thing is the director gave Dracula a mustache, and everyone's like, "Well,
a big Russian like
Count Chocula."
Count Chocula doesn't have a mustache, bro.
No.
Does Count Chocula have a mustache?
No,
he got a beard.
No,
he got a beard.
He's got a pointy nose and a pointy.
He got a chin strap.
Oh, wait, he might have a chin strap.
Yo, look up Count Chocula. I think he got.
He definitely doesn't have a mustache.
I keep thinking.
I definitely think I'm right. Me wrong. I think I'm like Hotel.
Is this a Mandela effect right here?
I'm thinking of the Hotel Transylvania guy.
No, I'm thinking about Count Chocula.
No, I know who you're. I'm telling you who I think.
He does. He has no facial.
That's what I thought.
He's got a cleft chin.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No.
No, at the bottom.
That's a cleft chin.
The chin strap. Yes. You might thought it was a chin strap because like of his collar. It's brown. So
maybe it's a Mandela effect, bro. Don't worry. I'm on your side.
Sorry.
Okay, but so the movie's good. What would you rate the movie?
So the movie, I would rate it like an 8.5. Again, I honestly wish that it was just 20, 30 minutes shorter, and it would have been a 9.
Okay.
And again, like also, if you've seen a Dracula movie before, it's very like standard by the books. You're not gonna get no twists, but it was a really like from now on, this is the Dracula movie that I would suggest people to watch. Like I wouldn't don't watch the other Dracula movies that exist. This is the best one.
Say less.
It was haunting. It was creepy. It was dark. There's not a shred of light in that movie. No joy anywhere to be found.
Sound effects, so good.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay,
10 out of 10.
No. I'm sorry.
Sound effects.
9 out 9. I would give it a 9.
I was like,
damn.
I was like,
Danny never gives anything a high rating.
I was like a 10.
Yeah.
I was like, are you showing off? I guess.
No, I would probably give it a 9 out of 10. I don't know why I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10 because for me, I don't have I would have to watch it again, honestly, to really be able to give it any critiques. I didn't feel like it was too long because the whole time I'm captivated.
Right.
Yes.
Just in my chair. There were just a lot of scenes that even had me like, wow, I am uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was a great movie. I love Nosferatu, man.
Love that.
One quick thing on a separate note, just because I really wanted to talk about this with you guys. My Hero Vigilantes.
Oh.
The trailer. Did you see it?
It's disappointed voice.
My God. You didn't see the trailer I sent?
I did. No, I did.
I watched the trailer.
I saw it before you sent it.
I'm so annoyed. Okay, because it just looks so good. I'm happy about that. I'm super happy. I'm just annoyed that the main story of My Hero didn't get as good of a team as this team is. Granted, there was 2 different art styles for, the manga itself. Did you read the manga or no?
Vigilantes? No, I did not.
Okay.
Is this related to My Hero Academia?
It's a prequel.
Got it.
Yeah, so it's actually a prequel. So you see a lot of backstories for characters that we've seen. So Aizawa, the teacher, Endeavor, when he was in like his prime. A little bits of All Might just coming off of being injured. You see Ida's brother, Tenya. You see how he works. And a lot of other stuff. So basically, people equate if All Might is the Superman of this universe, then I can't. This is so annoying me. I can't remember. Knuckle Duster.
Okay, there we go.
Knuckle Duster is the Batman.
And I didn't even read Vigilantes.
Yeah,
it's a good thing it's not Knuckle Buster because that would have been a big pause.
No.
Oh shit. Oops.
But yeah, so it's cool. So basically what they started out is that this story would have been like what Deku would have kind of gone through if he never made it into UA. So it's like this one dude, he has powers, but they're really lame. He can go as fast as a bicycle if he puts all 4 things down. So he just goes around.
I love that.
Yeah. And then,
it's disappointing to see in like that they're not putting a lot of effort into that main story because the movies look cool, but again, they're canon. My Hero movies are canon, but like they don't play a big part in the main story. So who gives a shit?
Right.
And then Vigilantes, like, cool, it's a sequel, but like the show hasn't ended.
Prequel.
So what but it's a sequel series. Like it's coming out after the original series. So like, yeah, cool, it looks great, but the main show still has not ended. So I really hope that shit looks fire. Because if you guys release Vigilantes before the end of My Hero and that shit looks mid,
apparently it's 2 separate teams on Bones because it's the same studio.
Listen, I feel for you, but also as a One Piece fan. Oh man, that's the way she goes sometimes, right?
What does that have anything to do with it?
Because like there's certain things we get, like there's certain things like Toei will release that look mad good.
So good.
And then like you're like, oh god, why does One Piece have to look like this? You know, that's what I'm saying. Like I feel for you, and as a One Piece fan, because you have to sit through it for years of it. Yeah, girl, it'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes even in the same episode.
Like sometimes in the same episode.
What?
Shit, the One Piece fan letter. We're like, wow, we'll never get episodes that look like that all the time. You know what I mean? Like, it's
not for all 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's like that's what I'm saying. We feel you, but at the same time, like, hey man, I know this pain already.
It's the way she goes.
It's the way she goes.
That's cope.
Annoying.
That's just cope.
But yeah.
What was the second movie you wanted to bring up?
Oh, okay. So the second movie I also saw recently, The Brutalist.
Oh my god,
Adrian
I heard
Brody.
that's like 4
Never
hours.
heard.
Okay, so
Is there an intermission for real?
here's what's crazy. The Brutalist is like 3.5 hours.
That's basically Oscar bait, ain't it?
Yo,
Like Amelia Perez, apparently.
yeah, I didn't need to watch that movie.
I've seen the first 30 minutes, and once they got into like the
No
spoilers.
spoilers.
it's a musical, but like
Wait, it's a musical? I didn't even
I'm
know
not
that.
watching
With Zoe Saldana? She's singing in it?
Selena Gomez
Ooh.
too.
Okay, that makes sense.
Zoe Saldana is playing a Mexican woman. She's not
She'd
Mexican.
be playing
Right.
everybody. I mean,
She
she played a
she's-
Colombian, and she was
she's
not
like-
Colombian.
Yeah, but
Right.
she don't look nowhere near like she Mexican. Like not even.
She don't look
close.
Colombian.
You know what I mean? You could get away with that. You
She
know
plays a
what
Gamorrean in
a Gamorrean. A Gamorrean.
Just
yeah.
saying, yo.
It's nominated for a lot of Oscars. I think 13 Oscars, and people are like,
Wow.
"What? Like, how are these songs beating out Wicked?
Like
Like, it's just one of those things. Like, this is just gonna win.
I didn't even know it was a musical.
Yeah, good luck. Let me.
Wow.
Wait, real quick. What surprised me, and also just a non sequitur, just because you said that. One time, me and my homies, we decided we're just gonna get lit and watch Wonka. Didn't realize that it was a musical. We sat there, we see Timothee Chalamet
What?
get up, he starts to sing, and we're like, "Wait, it's a musical." I'm not even joking.
It's a
After the movie, have you all seen Wonka?
No, I didn't.
I never saw
wait,
the
wait,
new
wait.
one. I
Wait,
saw
wait,
the
wait.
old one.
I've
No,
seen
no.
it It's been playing. It's played in the background before.
The new Wonka with Timothee Chalamet at the end of the movie. I'm like, what is this? Like, what is this salty discharge from my eyes? I look down the row, all my friends bawling. I cannot recommend Wonka so much.
What?
We thought it was gonna be just trash. We're like, let's just get lit. We're gonna like just watch.
Maybe y'all was lit.
No,
bro.
no.
You're the first person.
Listen,
No, no, no.
Yeah,
listen,
you're the
I'm a
first
fan
person.
of Timothee Chalamet now
No, no,
because
no.
of his promo run for this Bob Dylan movie.
Oh, also that Bob Dylan movie. Watch that too.
I'm not watching that.
I'm telling you right now. I used to like be like Timothee Chalamet looks like a herb, sounds like a herb. Well, after Dune, I'm like, all right, sold, you're dope. Then I watched Wonka, and I'm like, nah, you goat.
Well, the thing about Timothee Chalamet is he's really just your average New York City Soho hype beast kid that got a little famous.
But
Now,
he's
does he
That
go-
kind of gave
No,
a
no,
lot of
no.
people chlamydia.
Wait, well, okay.
All right.
Everybody has
Yeah.
those days. Everybody makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect.
So Wonka, huh?
I'm telling you.
No one. I've
So,
never
I'm
heard
telling
anybody
you
say
right
this.
now.
Allegedly, we don't know.
No, no, no.
Allegedly,
I'm telling you right now.
You sure you watched the right movie?
If you like musicals,
I
you're
do.
gonna like the songs in Wonka.
Okay.
It's really
I
infectious.
hate musicals.
I don't
The
like
dancing
musicals.
is really. If you don't like musicals, you're not gonna like it. If you like musicals, you're gonna love it.
Okay.
They did not advertise this as a musical.
That's what I thought. That's
They
what
did-
we
I
were-
saw
we
it
were
in the
surprised.
trailer. It was a little
We were
bit.
so
well, to be
surprised.
fair, like they were singing in the other Wonka movie,
If
Yeah,
you,
that's
listen,
why I was
also,
like-
if you liked Wicked,
The OG.
not the Johnny Depp one, but
no,
Oh,
I don't
wow.
watch
No, but the
that.
OG.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
that song?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
So-
is.
so
That's why I'm like,
Wonka-
how you not know it's a musical?
So Wonka is a
I
prequel.
never registered.
So Wonka is a prequel to that original movie, and it's really cool because they do a lot of callbacks. I don't recognize Johnny Depp Wonka. I don't like that movie. I never watched it. I tried it. I
it's
was like,
weird.
it feels
It was good,
racist.
though.
I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But the original old one, love the Charlie and Chocolate Factory movie. Wonka is a prequel to that. I personally think Timothee Chalamet brought the heat The acting. Did you watch? I know you don't like
like
musicals,
Doom.
but did you like Wicked?
I love
He
Wicked.
loves Wicked.
So
That's his
if you
favorite.
like Wicked,
well, he's like a 7,
and it's
right?
okay if you're not really into Wicked, I don't think you'll enjoy Wonka. You might enjoy Wonka.
I saw Wonka in the background. I
No,
didn't enjoy
but
it.
like
Pay attention
actually
to
watch
it.
it.
I don't want to.
See, that's the thing. He doesn't
I
want to.
can't-
I'll give it.
I don't want to.
I
Like,
can't save this man.
it was
I'll give it a
because I
try.
don't like
Give it a try.
because I don't like musicals. So
I
like
feel you.
I like Wicked because Wicked's plot is so fire.
Yeah, and Wonka's plot is fire,
it
bro.
wasn't.
Okay.
You
We'll
gotta watch it. I can't talk to this man.
see.
Anyways, The Brutalist, Oscar worthy. Story's really good. So it is 3.5 hours. It's insane. They do have a 15-minute intermission in the middle of the movie. And I want to say this. Let's normalize intermissions.
Yeah.
Normalize intermissions. It was actually pretty
And I
good.
want to say this. Let's bring back 1.5 movies. Just saying.
They
There are
exist,
plenty
though.
of those.
Most of them
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
When?
There's so many of them.
How
Dude.
many?
A lot.
They all get released on Netflix.
Oh,
They're
I mean, like the
starring
movie
The
theater
Rock.
ones, because the movie with Issa Rae and SZA
Right.
and them, that's 1.5 hours.
Yeah.
okay,
Most of
yeah.
them are.
Did you watch it?
No, not
We
yet.
should go watch
I want
I
to
heard it was
Yeah.
really
I wanna watch it.
good.
Got
Yeah.
100 on Rotten
Bro,
Tomatoes.
there's not that many 1.5 movies, bro.
I don't know. There's a
go,
lot.
Go on Netflix tonight. You'll see.
So
There's
many.
so many hour-and-a-half movies,
Oh,
dog.
Yeah.
God.
That's like the sweet spot for studios.
Yeah,
They know they're
exactly.
gonna make money from
But not
that.
the Netflix ones. I mean, like the movie theater.
Yeah, but a lot of
releases.
those were in the movies.
This
The
isn't
Netflix
a,
ones, no.
This isn't a
Not
point
like
to
originals,
discuss.
but like
well, I'll
Go ahead,
say
continue with the Brutalist.
I'll say The Brutalist. It's a movie about architecture, immigration, the immigrant experience. It's really cool. Period piece. It's like fiction, so like you're watching, and you're like, oh man, I want to know who this architect is. And it's not real, but Adrian Brody kills the role. Does an incredible job. Cinematography. The story's really good. The ending's like a little wonky. I give it like an 8.6, 8.7. But my recommendation, you gotta try to see it in theaters, especially 70 millimeter, because it's really beautiful when you see it big. If I catch you trying to watch it on your phone, like you're dead. Like, don't tell me, oh, Brutalist, it was all right. And like, what did you watch it on? I was on the train.
I watched it on my projector, but I actually don't have a projector screen in my apartment, so I just put it on against my wall. I don't know. There's people who do that. I'm
They
like, girl,
do.
just get a TV. Like, if
I
you
did that like 12 years ago.
No, yeah. In college, that was the rage.
Yeah, it was cute for a little while, but like we're adults now. Grow the fuck up and get a TV.
Right.
Get a smart TV. Unless you really can't fit a TV.
Yeah.
Like, who can't fit a TV in their crib these days? Actually, New York City. Take it back. I'm sorry. I apologize for everything I just said.
Also, if you really don't have space, I don't know. I'm this close to getting. They got these glasses that you put on, and it's like they're actually like screens.
You're just ready to go into the Matrix.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You put
I'm
it's
totally
glasses,
ready. We
and it's
know.
like big giant TVs, and you're just like chilling. And you're like, oh, I see this the screen right there.
I didn't
I'm
know
just
that was
saying.
a
Yeah,
thing.
you can connect your Switch to it. My idea was like, if I had like my Switch or something, and I go on a lot of flights for like work and stuff. So I'm just like locked in, like on the plane. I'm just like playing Mario Kart, going hard. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
cool.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, Switch 2 was announced.
Yeah.
Switch 2
Switch 2 was announced.
Underwhelming.
Not buying that right away, but
Mm-mm.
we'll see what they release.
We'll
Depends
see.
on what games they release.
Yeah.
I don't want to poo-poo on it yet because it's the features are not said yet what it can do.
Mm.
We don't know the capabilities, but
Yep.
like visually, I guess it's because we're spoiled. We're used to like Nintendo's new generation being completely different than the past one.
Mm.
Because like usually you went from NES to SNES
Right.
and then SNES
It's a big jump.
to Nintendo 64,
Right.
and then you go to GameCube.
Don't forget Virtual Boy.
And then, we're not talking about the Virtual Boy, bro. That's not a real thing. And then GameCube, and then Wii,
Right.
Wii U, Switch,
Right.
and like this looks kind of like how PlayStation has done, and Xbox's upgrades have been. So
This feels like a Wii U, to be honest.
Yes, I agree. It's
it's
like
what the
no
Wii U
one,
could have been.
no one really wants it, but like I know obviously there's gonna be people that get it because they need the newest thing to.
They want that 24 people Mario Kart.
Is that what
Yeah.
there is?
Yeah,
That's
the
what
new
they
Mario
showed in the
Kart,
trailer, yeah.
24 people.
They also
She's thinking about it, she's like 24.
No, because I have friends that will go ape shit. Like that's gonna go crazy at the
Yeah.
parties.
So that was the thing that was announced.
that's so nice that you can have 24 people at a party. What's that like?
It's
I don't
fun.
want 24 people at like anywhere. I don't want it in my house. Not in my house. Not here.
Yeah, the cleanup.
No, but
is
like you bring it
crazy.
to a party.
Everyone take their fucking
That's
shoes off.
mad
Yo,
switches.
honestly.
One, you can't even connect 24. It's got to be online. You know what I mean? You can't
Maybe.
connect 24 Joy-Cons to.
Now you got
At
to
a
do something
con.
where you can like use your phones.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, bringing it to a con and we all plug in.
Yeah,
that'd
but you
be
still got
nice.
to. It's still got to be. That's
Tournament
not a lot.
style.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
overwhelming.
Tournament style.
There's one thing that they teased in the trailer, and I don't even know if it's an actual thing that the Switch controllers can do, but apparently they have like an optical sensor, and people were speculating that you can use them as mouse. Like a
Yeah, I
mouse.
saw that. It was really
Mhm.
So
interesting
like,
what you can do.
I'm interested to see if that's like a
Yeah.
real thing.
We don't know everything yet, right? It was just a little bit of something,
We'll
but
see.
Yeah.
we'll see what they Nintendo.
Yeah, it might do your taxes.
Right.
It's not that hard to do your taxes, guys.
Oh my
Girl,
God,
shut
get with
up.
this,
Oh my
bro.
God, bro! Just
Yo,
go
Corey
on
over here loves to
TurboTax, bro.
flex.
You don't
That's
own a
what I
home.
do.
You don't own a house. All you have is a W-2.
It's that time of year.
It
It's
is.
tax season.
It's
Oh my
time.
God, guys!
Time.
Just go on TurboTax. It's so easy.
This episode is brought to you by TurboTax.
Stop. We could be.
But outside of the movies, I will say, your boy finally did it.
What?
He finally caught up. All 1,122 episodes. The
One
second half
Piece.
of the
There we
Moon
go.
Pod piece.
The Moon Pod piece.
Yo,
We
how do
out
you
here.
feel? Yo, you did it, man. You
made it through
finished the
One Piece.
marathon. This
Man.
is bigger than the New York City Marathon. Just
First of
for
all,
you
how
out
long
there.
did it take you?
Let's get to your backstory. How'd you get into
Who
starting One
are
Piece?
you?
Well, no, like how'd you get into One Piece? How was the journey? How long did it take you? Give us the whole rundown.
So, about like a year and a half ago, like I want to say like March, one of my friends was like, "Hey, I do like a lot of anime, like podcast video things. I'm the real Croc. It's me."
well, we didn't have a podcast. The podcast didn't exist yet.
But he was like doing his like own like little video things.
YouTube channel.
And he's like, I'm gonna play this like One Piece card game. It just came out. I'm gonna buy a box, whatever. So one time we were hanging out. He's like, "Yo,
Tell
like,
the real story. You know I didn't. You know it's I.
no, I'm telling the real story." And then like we were hanging out, and I was like, "Yo, like it looks kind of cool. Maybe we should like." He's like, "Oh, let's go buy a box." So I bought a box, set 2. In that box, I'll never forget because you were there for that.
Oh, you
In,
doing
like,
a horrible job at
one
the story,
pa-
man. You get me mad.
No,
Let him tell
it.
Well, no,
say it,
because
say
you
it.
got to get into like the Smith and Walensky part. Like
Oh,
that.
we're
You got to
going
really.
deep.
You know what I'm saying, like you got to hear like how funny it is, why he's getting. Because I texted you earlier, like the week before, like,
Mhm.
hey, like a couple of us are trying to start to play this card game.
Oh,
if you want to
God.
hop in,
Mhm.
Wait. you're
and
right.
bro was not having it.
Let me-
He
let
was
me-
like,
"All right, I'll go back."
that's what I'm
then.
saying.
All
It's
right. I thought we were skimming that part.
nah.
So I'll go weeks before that. We're all at a restaurant, Smith and Walensky's New York institution. We're all getting lit. Homie's like, "Oh, I'm gonna play One Piece," and everyone around us is like, "Oh, card games? That's cool." And I'm like, "Guys, card games? We're grown men now, all right? We got jobs. We've got some of us wives, fiancés.
Oh, you want to say the real reason? The real problem you have? You're addicted.
Yeah,
You
I
have
was
an
like,
addictive personality.
I was like, I don't think I can do it because I got an addictive personality, but also like, you know, like look at Pokemon cards. Like there's a lot of, you buy a lot of cards and they look lit, and then like you find out,
you said, I
it's
play
worth
Hearthstone.
yeah, I play Hearthstone, you know? So finally one day we're like looking at the game. We watched the YouTube video, like how to play. And I was like, all right, let's buy some cards. Let's just play it. Let's, it looks fun.
Because Andrew
Yeah.
convinced you more than me. I didn't
Andrew
convince
did.
you.
Andrew
I
did.
didn't convince you.
It was me, Andrew, Sean, Corey, us just like chilling. Andrea was there and she was
Yeah.
like,
I want peace. I don't know about that.
Andrew finessed you because he took you to get Korean barbecue, and
Ooh.
then
that's what
and
happened.
then he was talking to you about like, hey,
Yeah.
you should, because Andrew started playing before watching
Yes.
too.
Okay.
He just wanted to play a card game.
Yeah.
Okay.
So because Andrew did it, and Andrew to me is like, he's like the voice of reason. Corey is like the guy who's like really excited in One Piece, and he's like, I don't care if you do it, but like you will hurt if you don't do it.
Oh.
Andrew's like, listen, man, it's fun. That's what he said. He was like, it's fun. I'm like, all right, bet. So I bought a box, and I'm like, okay, this is fun. We'll just like get a box. It's fine. What happens? Corey's at my apartment. One pack, open it immediately. Alt art like
Super
Smoker.
rare card.
smoker.
Yeah, smoker leader.
But not, it was the leader.
Wow.
And we were
you
like,
got in during OPO2.
OPO2.
The start of OPO2.
Right. So not only like did I pull like that set's like new leader, like the most exciting leader of that set, alt leader. I'm like, okay, this is cool. Second box, alt character smoker card.
Yeah.
And I was like,
So is that
I'm
another
hooked.
super rare card?
it's another super rare card. I'm like, I'm hooked. These cards look really great. And of
Okay.
course, I played Smoker, which was not a very strong meta in the deck in the meta. But anyways, I was like, bet I'm gonna make a deck out of this. We ended up like buying more cards. Me and Corey would play. Me and Andrew would play. We got Sean to play. And like then it became a thing. Then we just started playing. We started going to locals.
Still not watching One Piece.
Not even watching.
Okay.
I like the cards. And I'm the addictive personality of collecting, but also I'm a min-max type of person. Like I like to figure out what's like the minimal effort to get as good as I can. You know, like I don't want to just like half-ass this game. I want to be good at this game. So I go online doing the research, and then I'm like, all right, maybe if I watch the show, I'm gonna unlock strategies. Because like I don't want to keep playing like Smoker and what's Tashigi? Like, you know,
Tashigi.
He doesn't know how to say the names.
Like Luffy, like Yusuf, like what is this?
Like you understood the meta, but you were like, because shockingly, knowing the lore does help you be better. At the meta.
Exactly.
And
No, you know who plays well together.
It does.
Yeah.
Because they have different like abilities and types. Like then after I started watching, and then I didn't even get up to like Law, but like I started seeing his abilities, and then I did some cheating and went on YouTube like, what's Law? What is he about? And his Shambles ability, like, wait, that's really cool. In the card game, he has like a Shambles ability. They don't call it Shambles, but it's an ability where you can bounce characters back. And I'm like, oh, that's it. And then I shifted over. I actually started winning more things, and it made me feel like, oh, like this is cool. So the art was cool in the cards. Started watching the show, and I was like, okay, wait, this is kind of cute. It's from the 90s. It's cute. It's giving me like nostalgia vibes. I'm gonna keep watching it. It wasn't until like I want to say, once we get into Alabasta, that I'm like, all right, I'm hooked. Actually, really, the moment
the 100s,
Luffy put the hat on Nami, and I'm like, okay, all right,
that's episode. That's 30.
That's 30. And that's what I tell my friends. Like, I'm not going to force you to be like, yo, you got to watch 1,000 episodes. It's like, listen, do me a favor, get to 30. If you can get to 30 and you're like, I'm in, then it's great. And if you can't,
it's not for
God
you.
bless. God bless.
Yeah.
And even that, some of my friends are like, bro, I got to watch 30 episodes to get into this. And I'm like, honestly, it's the price you pay for some of the best storytelling that I've ever seen in any medium.
There we go.
And again, I say this with a caveat, because while it's some of the best storytelling, then there's a lot of just like periods of just like, what are we doing here, guys?
Wait, did you watch filler?
No, like I so
he just means the anime pacing.
People did like, oh, Izzy, like watch One Piece and skip the. No, I was like, I'm gonna be a purist.
Raw dogging this.
Raw dogging. I watched all of Fishman arc. It was a lot, but again, and I think what was really tough about that was I just finished like Water 7, Impel Down, like someone literally the best storytelling, not just in anime, but just in general. And I'm just like, man, like I hope that the juice is worth the squeeze. Finally got to the thousands, like Land of Wano, Wano Arc, Roof Piece. Now, we out here for
Well, you have your issues with Wano.
I did, but I still had a lot of fun. Like the animation like was beyond. Like it almost felt like a brand new show. Honestly. Yeah. And like, there was some pacing issues, and there were a lot of like, they were throwing a lot of characters at you all at once. And you're like, this is cool. And to be honest, it helped that I played the game, because I'm like, they didn't really do a good job explaining this character, but I remember from the game his abilities. So I'm like, all right.
You had an easier time remembering characters and their names because of the card game. Because you see all these cards, and by the time you get in the anime, you're like, know who that is already.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So then, and then like got into Eggman, which again, same thing. I'm like, this is fantastic. Literally on the way here, saw the very last episode so far within 11/22, and man, Kobe.
So, and you got to experience the live action during this journey too when it came out too.
Yes, and then because we were all in One Piece, I wasn't caught up obviously, but then the live action dropped. We all went to Corey's, watching like the first few episodes, went back to my place and finished the series and kept rewatching it. Got other people on it. Beautifully done. Again, for people who've never seen One Piece, a lot of my friends who've like watched the live action were like, oh, this is pretty cool. This is what kind of got them into it. But yeah, I will say the game itself is just really good as a game. I've had friends who got into it who don't watch the anime or read the anime, but they like the art, they like the gameplay. And then I have a lot of friends who are like, oh, like I like the anime, now I play the game.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of people who like watch anime. Like people watch Dragon Ball Z. No one's playing the card game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people love other animes. They're not necessarily playing Union Arena for like the different like Hunter x Hunter collaborations and stuff. I will say they're dropping a Yu Yu Hakusho one. So
Yu Yu Hakusho what?
Oh,
Bro face looks like
so they're playing. So you ever heard of Union Arena?
No.
Union Arena is a card game that Bandai made where each different set is a different anime. So the idea is you can, if you like JJK, there's no full JJK card game, but this is a way to like play JJK characters in this Union Arena game. And you can play that deck against someone who's playing a Hunter x Hunter deck.
Oh, okay.
So they're coming out with a Yu Yu Hakusho one. And Yu Yu Hakusho is like one of my like classics, big faves, old school ones.
100%.
Well, your One Piece journey is interesting because, like, obviously we've done other videos where I had you kind of reacting to anime intros, right? Which we will get to later on this episode.
Yes.
But like, for the most part, besides classic older anime, you're not really wouldn't really call you an anime fan.
Like I enjoy and I appreciate what it is. I think my problem is anime sometimes fall into like a trope and they just like and I'm glad that people like we can just enjoy like, I'm here for the ride. But for me it's like I value storytelling first. And I think with anime they rely too much on like, oh, like here's a cool character, here's a cool art. Like I'm like, give me a reason to care. With Luffy, like the reason why I kept going through it, I like the character of Luffy. He's silly. He's like happy-go-lucky, but he's got a good heart. Then they hit you with Zoro, and you're like, oh, okay, he's cool. He's badass. Then they hit you with Usopp, and for a minute, you remember Usopp was my favorite because just how goofy and he lies and all this stuff. And after a while, like then I met Chopper, and I'm like, all right, now that he's mad cute and all this stuff, like that's my favorite now. It's just like they just keep hitting you with characters and storylines that make you keep going, and like now you're in it. Whereas like I would try to watch other animes, like I would watch I tried to watch My Hero Academia, and like it seems so like okay, young guy who's like figuring out. It just felt like a story I've seen before.
Yeah,
and
stereotypical,
right?
Shonen.
And I'm glad that people are enjoying it, but I'm like I need a little bit more to be like get me in that.
What would you say was your favorite arc of One Piece?
Man,
this is fresh for him because he hasn't even had time to reflect. Like, how do you even feel being? This is it. Now you just have to wait till April.
So I always like. So I mean, I really loved Impel Down, but I think Water 7 is my all-time favorite because it's
not Enies Lobby or Water 7.
Oh, see, so this is the part that I get confused because sometimes they blend together for me.
Yeah.
What's the arc where Usopp and Luffy fight?
That's Water 7.
Water 7. Then it's Water 7.
Oh.
During that fight, I remember I was like, this is the first time that I'm like, again, I'm an emotional person. I have no problem crying.
The 300s. Remember how we always tell you the numbers? Like, this is the point in time where it hits. It's like, this is when he gets to the 300s, like the 200, 300. Like, you're like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah. Like, and I have no problem crying or whatever. I'm not like ashamed. But like, media doesn't usually do that for me. Like, there's only been like 2 or 3 things that got me like emotional. Watching Luffy and Usopp fight about a ship, like I'm just like, nah, like that's hitting me. Like you gonna just like let go of this ship because he's useless. So what about me? I'm useless. You gonna let me go? And Luffy's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, bro, y'all aren't listening. And then Usopp threw hands.
Oh, he locked in.
And
he's never fought hard against anybody.
That's what I'm saying. And to be honest, I'm sad because I feel like Usopp hasn't really like locked in like that.
Yeah,
ever since.
Damn.
People want him off the crew.
I know, and I'm like,
you can't even fight. You can't even fight. You're like, oh, we still waiting.
Oh,
you still got hope. You still got hope.
Like I won't even. It's like let go and let God. But like, but I mean, like he had hope, and in that glimmer, I was like, I saw. You know what? Usopp reminds me a lot of Krillin. And Krillin was my favorite in Dragon Ball.
Same voice actor in English.
Right. That's why, and same thing, right? But the reason why is because like I always loved the underdog. I love the character who's like, I don't got ki like that. I don't got Saiyan blood, but I'm still hanging with y'all. I'm still going toe to toe. Like, yo.
I'm rocking with Mark. Mark rocking with us. we don't rehearse these, I promise.
Sure. like honestly, like in the beginning of Dragon Ball Z, Krillin, I don't know if you guys remember, but Krillin meets Raditz Raditz got that tail, and Krillin's like, "Leave my friends alone!" And what does Raditz do? Literally slaps him in the face with his tail into the side of a house.
Krillin own count 1.
Right? And my whole thing is like, yo, you got slapped in the face with a tail into a house. Just stay down. And Krillin's like, I'm gonna help you, Goku. Right? And I'm just like, nah, like that's the human spirit right there. And that to me is like Usopp. Usopp is the human soul, right? And that's why I was like, yo, like for a minute, like he was my favorite because he represented that. He didn't have no special, I got demon blood in me, or I got the sword of, the demon god. No, it was just a homie with a slingshot and lies.
What I think was
best.
Well, what I think was always makes One Piece powerful for us is like because there is such a huge cast and Oda takes the time to like just flesh out so many characters. It's so easy to find yourself or find motivation from a character. Like there's really no like lack of like I'm not. It's kind of hard to if you can go through all of One Piece and say you didn't connect with anybody.
You're dead inside.
You must be Nosferatu.
Right. But even Nosferatu connected.
I don't know. I heard he did some. I heard Nosferatu was a sussy boy.
Oh no, 100%.
I mean, he's connected though.
So how does it feel to finally just be done now that you just gotta wait? Does it feel fake?
So I don't feel like I'm done.
You're gonna read it?
I'm not gonna read, and the only reason why I'm not gonna read.
Good luck staying away from spoilers.
Yeah. No.
Well, he did his algorithm.
I'm good.
He don't be on TikTok really.
And if I do see it, honestly, even like throughout the show, I would see spoilers all the time, and I'm like. I wouldn't see it, and I would forget. There's so much media right now that like, bro, I will get spoiled about something, and I'll just forget about it.
Your attention span not great.
ADHD gang.
Like right now, my mind's focused on Marvel Rivals. I don't need to like remember all these like spoilers. But the only reason why I don't want to read it is because honestly, I'm liking the anticipation, the ride. I don't want to rush it, and also at the end of the day, like I'm just enjoying what Oda and his team is doing visually, like with the sound, with the music, with the acting, all that stuff. So I'm here for it. So
Danny will never recommend the anime to anybody.
For sure.
So he's always read it.
It's okay.
Read it.
And I understand where you're coming from because to be honest, like the reading is the purest form. Like in my mind, I think it's like you see the panels, you get your imagination, you can hear it in your voice. For me, like I love the idea that they're like doing it all together. To be honest, what I'm most excited for is the One Piece remake. Because I feel like that's gonna be what the manga is supposed to be like. Right now the anime is like, let's just get it out there for people to get into it who can't read the manga. But like once they do the remake, it's like, nah, this is Oda's true vision.
Yeah. And your journey wasn't easy. It took you. I mean, it didn't take you that long because there's other people who take way longer than you. You switch between sub and dub. I think you did try a little bit of One Piece. Did you or no?
I honestly I did, but then I was like, I didn't want to
just like the convenience of like turning on your TV.
Just put it on Crunchyroll and like let me rock with it. I honestly would always typically watch subbed, but like because of like just the way life works and I want to be working, I want to be doing stuff, I gotta watch the dub. And I know the dub is like sometimes people be like, oh, that's corny. I kind of like a little bit of that corniness because that's what I grew up with.
Nostalgic,
like,
absolutely.
All right.
I even watched a little bit of the what is that like the children's channel.
The 4 Kids.
The 4 Kids.
The 4 Kids.
Yo, that was so funny. They gave Sanji a New York like.
He's Joey Wheeler.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Did they really?
He's Joey Wheeler. He has a lollipop.
I remember that.
Bro, this 4
Hilarious.
Kids. 4 Kids is crazy.
You have the movies to look forward to now, too.
And that's the thing. Now I can watch the movies. Because I didn't want to watch the movies until I got caught up. I'm really excited to see Corey's favorite Uta. I know it's his favorite.
The Uta propaganda has to end.
Sean got him the other day.
Well, that's because Chin is fucking spreading propaganda because they know I don't like this character and the One Piece card game keeps, and not because I like the movie. I just don't care for the character, and they keep promoting and making more merch of this character. And I'm like, bro, she's in one movie.
It's insane.
Why does she have?
Insane.
She's
many
almost got as many cards and dolls and figures as Nami.
That's crazy.
And Nami's in the series.
And I've never seen her. I've never seen who Uta is in the entire series. I'm like, I don't know.
You may have seen a picture of this character before. She has half red, half white hair.
She looks cool
with the tits.
Well, they all.
Oh,
I don't know.
She doesn't have.
They all.
It's covered up.
It's covered up
with the orangey.
No,
She has like a
No.
jacket
Wednesday.
on.
The daughter of somebody. Yeah. Shanks. Yeah. I
She
saw
know a
it.
little bit, son. She watched it live.
I watched it
Spoiler,
live,
but it's okay.
Oh, shut up, bro. I don't care anymore. You already caught
This
up.
girl.
Yeah. I've seen her.
Also, I know we talking about the show. Saw was it Vivi? She got the D.
Nefertiti Vivi.
You know about that. Also, they finally let Emu talk and stuff.
Now he can just talk. Now he's like, oh my god, I can talk lore now.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm caught up. I can just
I'm
talk
caught
lore.
up.
Save it for
Caught
later.
And again, I also need to point
She's
out,
like, enough One Piece.
I'm over it.
Don't worry, you about to be able to cook.
I will say, obviously, I've only seen everything once, so it's not like I can sit here and be like, yeah, so I know all about the poneglyphs. There's a lot of things that I'm like, you'll be like, yo, so you remember that? And I'm like, honestly,
Yeah.
I forgot.
There's a lot when you mention all of that.
Right, but I like hearing when people are talking about it because then it reminds me, and then I'm like, wait, that's dope.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, man. You got through something that majority of anime fans have not majority, but a big amount of anime fans.
majority.
Sure, fine. I don't know what the delta is between how many anime fans have seen One Piece. So I'll just say a big amount of anime fans would never even try, or let alone have gotten through yet in less than 2 years.
Yeah,
you know,
and honestly, our reward for watching 1,122 episodes was the 1,123rd episode, the fan episode.
Oh yeah,
that
buddy.
to me is one of the best.
We actually
anime
gotta watch that.
episodes. And it's almost like one of those things where we're like, honestly, I know you shouldn't watch it if you've never watched One Piece.
They made me.
Honestly, watch it. It's so good. It's
a 10
so
out
good.
of 10. It's a 10
It's
out
so
of 10.
good. And it finally also, as a One Piece fan, it made me understand what the One Piece is about. I know it's not revealing what the One Piece actually is, but no spoilers. Go watch the episode. You'll get what I'm talking about.
Okay. So I know it may be too soon to ask you this, but is there another anime you would think about hopping onto that, a newer generation anime that you would think about trying?
Well, I do think I want to check out Nocturne. That sounds really lit.
Well, that don't count. Castlevania Nocturne is
Yeah,
not.
that's not an
Come
anime.
on, guys.
Okay.
That's
That doesn't
animation
come from
by
Japan,
Netflix.
so-
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah,
Animated.
we're not sitting here calling arcane anime.
I
Yeah,
started watching Dragon Ball Daima because I
Okay.
got caught up through.
Well,
Z
that's not
and-
newer generation. You're
Okay,
still
okay.
going towards
Okay,
nostalgia.
that is-
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
a
I mean,
new
I don't really
show.
like Daima, but
He's like, it's a new show. He's like, you're cheating now.
okay. To be honest, so I really need to watch Demon Slayer. I really need to watch JJK. I've been hearing so many great things about these shows. Honestly, I've watched a few episodes of Demon Slayer, and it really it got me a little bit. But again, it's one of those things where it's like, if I'm not watching it through, I get distracted, and then it's hard for me to come back.
Okay.
Because the other thing about anime is it's investment.
Yes.
You can't just you really can't watch these shows light.
Yeah.
Except unless they're comedy shows, but even comedy, I watched Zon 100 because it was comedy.
Mhm.
But once I started to need to invest in the story, I'm like, I had to leave.
Yeah.
I loved Food Wars
Love
because
Food
That's
Food
'cause you
Wars
love
is
food.
funny and
Yes.
food and also
ecchi.
and right.
Ooh.
But other than that, it's tough for me to watch a serious anime show unless I don't get distracted.
I
But
got a great recommendation
open
for
for
you. If you really liked Food Wars and you like fantasy and all that, I highly recommend Dungeon Meshi.
Okay.
It's super good.
Delicious
it's also
in Dungeon.
Delicious
on Netflix.
in Dungeon.
It's
It's on
also not
Netflix.
an
Wait,
anime,
I
though.
heard about that.
Yeah, it's 12 episodes.
Is it an
Sorry.
anime?
Huh?
Is it an anime?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Oh.
What do you
Come
came
on.
out
So
on-
why you keep acting like you don't know?
It came out on Netflix, so I was like, oh.
There's lots of Netflix
Wait, so
animes.
why is Castlevania Nocturne not anime?
Because that's
Made in
animation, but it's not like
Oh,
it's
not Jap.
Yeah, it's not Japanese.
animation.
Yeah. What? We know what the definition
I don't know,
is.
it's
So why
just
are we
'cause,
trying to blur the
no,
lines
no.
Avatar? Now Avatar's anime.
No, I'm just saying because when I watched the original, I didn't watch Nocturne, but I know when I watched the original Castlevania, people referred to anime because the style was I don't know if it was made in Japan or not. I'm just saying it felt like an anime to me.
I'm sure that it's anime style. You know what I mean? But
Right.
this thing is fully I think
Japanese.
made
Yeah.
Got
through
Got
made through Netflix's kind of production
Got it.
company
Yeah.
where Delicious in Dungeon is literally kind of an anime.
All right,
It's
I'm gonna
Food
put that on the
Wars
list.
with fantasy.
Love that.
It's a slice of life with a little bit of action in there that you're just yeah, this is fire.
Love
And
it.
it's one of the few animes that I highly recommend to watch in English.
Okay.
So you can do things, but also pay attention, but
Yeah.
also at the same time, you come back, you're this is cool. This
Okay.
is cute. Think of it like that.
To give you all like an idea, like my favorite animes of all time. It's good. I don't know if it's like
Wait,
cliche.
you can't tell us because we can't know what you know about for our
Oh,
intros.
True.
Yeah.
Can I just at least say like one?
Okay, fine.
Well, you already say Yu Yu Hakusho.
No, Yu Hakusho's like fine, but like I want to say my top all favorite. My top all favorite is Cowboy Bebop
Oh yeah,
because
You
again,
just finished that.
right?
I did. I just finished it
So
for the first time.
all the animes that kind of came out then, and also like usually animes with like one season, like that Trigun,
Mhm.
like Outlaw Star. Or
He
whatever.
wants
like,
low commitment.
Yeah.
but also style. I love like that style was like unique.
finesse.
Whereas like you're watching a lot of anime now, and I'm just like, I can't like it feels like the same studios and the same styles
Yeah.
and the
I
same,
got that.
and I like a show that looks different. That's why when I want to watch Spy X Family.
Ugh.
Oh,
He gave up on it. The problem was he went into it thinking it was an adventure anime, but it's actually a slice of life with a little bit
I
of
didn't say
adventure.
adventure
Got
anime.
it.
I just action.
Well, action. That's what I
Action.
mean.
I thought it was gonna be half
Got
and
it.
half.
So he thought about it in the wrong way. So now he doesn't
Got
like it because he was like, "This is not what I signed up for."
got it. Well, I was just saying like because they look different. There was that
Yes.
one that you showed me with like the bears, that like the jazzy bears or something.
Hezzy bears.
No, it's not. It's not
I was like,
Beastars. It's not Beastars.
Yeah,
I
wasn't
didn't
it?
think it was.
No.
I didn't
you
think
looked
it
at
was
me crazy.
either. No.
It's Odd Taxi.
Yeah, that
I
one.
love that
Love
show.
That
Odd
one,
Taxi.
Odd Taxi. Like
Yes.
I want to watch
Never
that
heard of
because again, these are like they look different, they look unique, so that's what like kind of gets me going.
It was.
I'm just glad you watched One Piece because, and I'll say this to anybody, when it comes to an end in God knows how long, it will break the internet.
Yeah.
Like, you'll need to be there. If you're not there when it ends, as somebody who starts it afterwards, I think it's not going to be the same experience. Kind of like, unfortunately, when Game of Thrones came to an end, like
yeah.
everyone like started binging it because they wanted to watch it
Yeah.
when it came to an end, and like that's really what's going to be for One Piece. So I think you're coming in at like a great time because
You're right. It reminds me a lot of honestly the Avengers moment.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
like when we were there in the theaters for Endgame,
Yeah.
and you hear event,
Yeah,
on
you
your
had to
left.
be there.
You had,
You had
to be there.
And you had to be.
Opening
You had to
night.
be there for the snap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because like binging that
Yeah.
ain't the same.
It's not
because
the
like think
same.
about it. Like if I like, should I ever be blessed with a child? They won't ever have that experience again unless I force them. Like, all right, you're watching Iron Man, then you're gonna wait 3 years, and you're gonna watch Iron Man 2. You're gonna wait, and in 20 years, then you can
Or at
watch-
least just make them wait 1 year before they can watch Endgame. After
But you know what I'm
Infinity
saying?
War.
Like, but you have to like the anticipation of 20 years to watch
Yeah.
the full thing is like you had to be there.
Crazy.
You
Yeah.
can never replicate that
We've lived,
again.
we've lived all together collectively. We've lived an interesting life in
Yeah.
regards to entertainment, like the
Yeah.
things we've
Media,
seen over
yeah.
like all of our years. Like,
Yeah.
man, we've just been overloaded, and we're still holding up.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones, Marvel, the Twilight series.
We're at a great time of media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in dark time as well at
Renaissance.
the same time.
Wah.
Because
Yeah.
everybody's attention span is like
Balance.
fucked up. So it's like there's a great time for media, but like people just can't pay attention to shit, so that media is still suffering.
Yeah.
But we won't get too deep into media
And
stuff.
now it's just Skibbity Toilet.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is,
And-
but I just remember
don't
I
need to
watched a
know.
YouTube video about the lore, and I was like,
I don't even care about
We
the
don't
lore.
need to know.
insane.
All right. Well, you said something else that got your attention is Marvel Rivals.
Marvel Rivals.
Do you know what happened to Kimmy or no?
I do not know what happened to Kimmy. I would love to know what happened to
She
Kimmy.
had opinions.
So I had opinions.
Let's hear them.
And
Izzy also play Overwatch, so he'll
Okay,
understand what
great.
you're saying.
Yeah, yeah.
so I made a point and I said that there was 5 main things that Marvel Rivals needs to change to be better than Overwatch. But people didn't hear that line, and because I opened up strong with a big, hook, and I said, "Is Marvel Rivals better than
Roadhog hook.
Overwatch?" No.
Ooh.
But here's some things that need to change. Of course, no one listens to that, so they think I hate the game. And of course, they're like, "How could you say this? Overwatch sucks." Anyways, I was right. They didn't listen to me. There was one thing I was wrong about. That was just me, and
Okay.
I found the issue. I said there wasn't a team chat, but I find out
Mm.
console, it's automatically turned off for you.
Mm.
And PC, it's push to
Right.
talk, so it's different. So of course, all the PC people in there fighting me all this stuff. Meanwhile, the console players was like, I don't know, she's kind of right about this, and I was like, it's in your settings. Like, all right. Anyways, so some guy made a video quoting our video, cut out all my explanations, and just put my big points. So obviously, I'm like,
Dang.
there's no way to tell that there's like overtime. And like, okay, you say that there. Obviously, I see the overtime on top.
Yeah.
It's tiny. The music doesn't change as big as like in
you
Overwatch.
did speak in absolutes, right?
Yeah, I spoke in absolutes.
She spoke in absolutes
And
instead
of
of
course-
saying.
Exactly. And he cut out all my explanations, so they took me literally like a dumbass. But whatever, like he wants to get views and he got views.
And then he lost his profile.
And then he got mad.
We didn't do anything.
We didn't do nothing.
We didn't do anything.
You know what that
We don't
is?
do that.
Karma.
Yeah, he lost his whole profile.
Yeah.
But they fried her. It was not even a
They
balance.
were, yeah.
There wasn't even a balance.
I was fighting for my life in the comments.
Yeah.
But of course, they're just like, roll queue? No one needs roll queue. I'm like, motherfucker, if you don't want roll queue, that just means you're a DPS that doesn't know how to fucking play. Everybody and their mother that's a tank or a healer.
Well, let him know your critiques because he played Overwatch and he plays. What do you now, Marvel Rivals?
Okay.
What am I? Oh, so
Like
right
your
now
rank?
I just hit platinum.
Nice.
Been maining Penny.
Top 3, Penny.
Rocket.
Okay.
And then my DPS go to is Moon Knight, but then honestly it's just Punisher, but only because like I know how to position myself.
Yes. Those are all good.
Mhm.
I like those. Penny's A1.
If you don't know how to play Penny, don't play Penny. But like
Yes.
I'll never forget there was a match where I got Penny and this guy was like, "Yo, get out, let me get Penny. You're trash." And I'm like, "Heard." And then I got MVP in that game. Then I got it into the queue again. He was my opponent, and then he put in the match. I still have it like all saved. He goes, "Yo, watch the isness. He's trash." What happened? Got MVP in that. We won that.
Period.
And the other Penny, because he played Penny, he got like 2 kills, 30
Wow.
deaths. And then all I did was like, "Yo, what happened?" And then he just wrote jokes, BB.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
like, again, like I'm not a hater. It's just like I let the work speak for
Yep.
me, you know?
I got MVP with Mantis on my second ever ranked match.
Let's
On my
go.
second ever
My
ranked match, I got
guy.
MVP with
Yeah.
Mantis. Listen, I'm all about supporting my friends. The power of
Yes.
friendship.
Well, that's the
Yes.
thing that I always like suggest when I tell people, like, if they want to get into Rivals, like they're like, "Oh, but like my aim's not good. Like, oh, I'm not really good." Honestly, the reason why I'm good at Penny is because Penny, you don't need to aim her. My aim is trash, especially on console. Like that shit is so hard to aim sometimes. Penny gets like a lot of splash damage. I'm really good at like managing like my mind, positioning. And again, the idea is you got to think not for yourself but for the team.
Yes.
And that's the hardest part about playing team games. So like again, the background of Overwatch. I can't wait to hear all your critiques. But to be honest, like I played Overwatch, the first one. I was actually, just to give you some credibility, I didn't obviously play, but I was there at the very first World Championships. At
Wow.
Barclays Center. I still got a bunch of pops from Overwatch and stuff.
Oh my god.
Heart broke when Overwatch 2 came out, went to 5, got rid of the first one. Like I really loved the first one. But like, yeah, huge Overwatch guy. I was a Zenyatta main. I was all about healing. I love being a support. I want my homies to win because then we all win.
Yeah.
That's the most important part.
Support mains.
Yeah, I don't care about being MVP or getting those kills.
I do.
I just care about
Yo, she said, I do. Yo, honestly, playing with her a little bit, that's the most toxic I've ever seen her become. Like,
You know-
she was being so mean to my friends.
well, if you're
She's
playing
like, you guys
comp,
fucking suck.
well, no,
I didn't say
but
that.
if you're playing comp, like
No,
Bro, we were
didn't.
playing quick match.
No,
We
I
were
taught them how to
playing
play.
We
No.
were playing quick match.
No. I
We
was
just started. We all started
Okay.
playing like
No.
24 to 48
Okay.
hours ago. She was flaming
Okay,
us.
no. To be fair.
By the way, guys, Kimmy is actually good at the game. Even though you may hate that video and she got like killed in the comments, rightfully so. She's really good at the game.
I know what I'm talking about, bitches. Anyways, but no, all his friends were just going in one by one, staggering, and I was like, "Stop!
yeah,
Stop!"
like they want to be the hero.
Yes.
And if
It
I
was
see,
Surgeon Harry.
and also when I remember because I would also play with y'all, and I was like, "Y'all are healers. Why are you in front of me? Why are y'all in front of me?"
This one's 1v1ing the Thor as Mantis.
saying.
I'm like, back the fuck
You know
up.
how many TikTok videos there are out there about healers getting just stomped out of nowhere by a fucking Thor? We all run away from Thor.
No, I
We're
No,
all-
but you're on the front line when the whole team's
You gotta
respawning.
be- yeah.
The Thor finds me.
yeah, and
Because you're in front of him.
And
No,
and
y'all-
no, what you're supposed to do
Oh
is
my God.
Thor's on me, then it's my job to make sure Thor's not on you. It's your job to support me to do the attacks or defend or whatever the case is.
Bro, listen, I was there. I was playing. Everybody was in front of me 1 minute. and then everybody was behind me the next minute. I don't know if y'all dropped back and I was in the busy fighting.
We died.
Dang.
Okay, well then maybe y'all died, and I was still there scrapping, putting him to sleep.
Dang.
Pow pow.
Anyways, so it was an experience.
I'm proud of you, Corey.
Yeah,
I'm
he
proud
did
of
good. He did good. He did get MVP. But it's an experience teaching a new like gen of people like just how to play this kind of game, because a lot of people don't realize you might be a gamer in one type of game. Like you can be good at Tekken, you can be good at Street Fighter, you can be good at all the all these other games, but it's not the same thing as playing like an Overwatch or Marvel Rivals game, because this is a team-based game.
Yeah.
You got to
It's
figure
not
out
for
how
everybody.
to play.
Yeah. Not everybody. You can't be good at every game.
Yeah,
I remember I even like there was a time in Overwatch like I even tried to get Andrew to play, because Andrew's not a big shooter guy, but he likes to build stuff. And
Yeah.
there was a character named Torbjorn. His whole deal is he makes turrets. And I was like, Andrew, just put down turrets and build for us. He's like, okay, no problem. And we would win because he would just, that's all he did. He would just put the turrets and then make
You
sure
have one
they
job.
were handling. That was good.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, if you are someone who likes to just do your job and then win games, then we good. But if you're someone who's like, nah, I'm Timothy. I want to be like DPS to get most kills. Like, all right, so like, then play COD.
Like going
Yeah.
like God.
Yeah, play COD. I don't
you
know what to
actually
tell
just made me realize like most of my mains you don't need to aim. I play Penny, Cloak and Dagger.
Yes, that's another one.
Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
No aimers.
No.
Aimers.
Yeah.
That's why I'm practicing Bucky, because I'm
Yeah.
like, I need a DPS that fuck shit
Bucky's
up.
tough.
He's yeah.
He's tough.
Especially because everybody's trying to run 3 supports now.
Yeah.
I've been seeing that, but to be honest, that's very easy to kill because 3 supports are squishy, and
Yeah.
if you have one good DPS, I've been watching videos. I want it. My goal by the end of the year is if I can be decent with Spider-Man. Spider-Man is tough, but Spider-Man, if you know how to rock with him, it's nasty.
He's one of the
Spider-Man,
toughest.
Black Panther.
Mhm.
Okay.
The big
Psylocke.
mobility people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Izzy, you want to hear critiques that she
Yeah,
got in
let's
trouble
hear it.
for?
All right. So my main, I guess it's 4 at this point.
Yeah, because
Sure.
let them know the one that was obsolete.
Yeah. That was the team chat one we said.
Team
Yeah.
chat, got it.
But also it's very, I don't know if it's different for, what do you play? Xbox or PS?
PlayStation.
Okay. So to get to the chat is also super annoying.
Hard.
So
I try to go into the setting to see, is there like a hotkey that I can do? There's no hotkey right now.
nothing.
Unless you have like a keyboard locked in or
See?
something. Yeah.
Okay. It's not
That's
just
tough.
me. It's
Yeah.
annoying. Everyone's like, it's not hard. PC
No,
bitches.
it's
Skill issue.
PC, it's easy.
Of course.
Console's not.
Okay.
And to be honest, I also understand the whole like team chat thing. To be honest, I don't want to get on team chat because I don't want to talk to y'all. Some of y'all like be yapping, or the worst. People play music.
Oh,
And I'm like,
I know.
I want to hear the game. I got my 3D surround sound. I need to know if I got footsteps.
Yelling
behind
at
me.
y'all kids and shit in
Right.
the background.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I will say Overwatch had a better, easier system where like if you weren't on actual team chat, you could just type quick or do like a.
Yes.
I know they have a ping system.
Yes.
And it's you gotta
Similar
adjust
here.
it. But
yeah. No, absolutely. And it's a lot harder to do that here. I can't just say like fall back here, like,
Right.
or opening a
Trash.
portal, or can we
Right.
please group up? Somebody help
Right.
me, without like, and I'm one of the people that I have one of the mini keyboards on
Mhm.
like my
Yeah,
Xbox
I
controller,
remember that.
because I will tell you if you're shit.
Yeah.
But
Jesus.
listen, once someone tried to flame me as I was playing healer, because I'm getting taken out in the back, and they're
Yeah.
like, you're the worst healer in this whole
Where's
game.
my heels? Where's my
And I'm
heels?
like
Yeah.
super slow typing. I'm getting picked.
Yeah.
No one helping. And they're like, no, but you're doing. I was like, I can't do this. So I was like, never again. Whoop, bringing it in. So
I will say in quick play and also like lower ranks, that's when you're gonna get a lot of this like nonsense. Cause like once you get higher,
Yeah.
people are performing higher. They're not gonna say much because they understand. If you're like a healer and you're constantly getting picked in the back, that's their fault. And they understand that.
yeah.
So I will say like it does get toxic during quick play, during bronze.
Oh yeah.
Once you work your way out of that,
Yes.
it is like this is why like once I got into gold, bro, I had so many
Smooth sailing.
win streaks. That's why I got to platinum, because like people just knew what they were doing. They
Yeah.
were locked in. And then the best part is like you would like mid match or whatever, you would see the person like someone DPS not do something. No hate. It's just like DPS lock in,
There we go.
lock in or switch.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
I finally played. I tried for the first time ranked on Marvel
Okay.
Rivals.
Okay.
Turned out great. I sent them my
You're not
screenshots.
talking
Love it.
right, girl.
Sorry, I sent them my screenshots. It was me and my 3 friends, and we did 7-player 7-win streak.
Love
and it was
it.
great. I won MVP for 3 of them.
Hell yeah.
And it was great. So we went from literally bronze 3 to silver 3. And I was like,
Let's
this is
go,
great.
let's
so
go.
now I gotta go again. But overall, great experience. I was like, is this a bot lobby? Is this a bot? I was like,
Are we just good?
I know. I was like, I feel like
You're
they're
like-
faking it.
You're like, oh, this power. It's just.
No, because I see Fortnite. They give you a bunch of bots and, you
Oh,
you
yeah.
win the first round. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, that was easy. Let me do it again, you know?
Yeah.
And then you keep going.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, this feels like a lot of bots because we know that there's bots in the game. That's one
Right.
of the reasons that quick play is like so fast,
Right.
So
And this is definitely one, again, I really need to profess. I'm not trying to tell you that I'm like the sweatiest player. Like, I just know I'm decent. I'm good at
Yes.
it. I'm,
Yeah.
but the other thing is,
You ain't Grandmaster.
not yet. Not yet. Give me some time.
Woo!
But what I will say is, if you really are about this life, then you got to do the research. Like, there's
Yes.
so much videos about like how to play certain characters because like people will
Yes.
play and like just little things. Like again, if you're Penny, like if I see you as Penny and you don't got webs under your feet, you're playing it wrong.
Absolutely.
So like I know you get like the little Penny like turret thing, like it gets destroyed. You got to shoot a web at your feet so you get healed, so you can move faster. I see Penny's not doing that. I'm like, oh, so you Herb, I'm gonna get you first. So it's what I'm saying. Like it's like I'm starting to master this character, so I can recognize when someone else is not playing that character well.
Yeah.
I watch other videos to like, okay, so if I want to be
Mhm.
good at Spider-Man, what do I got to do? If I want to watch,
That's what I did for Invisible Woman because I was like, I don't know how to play this bitch. Let me find out, and
Right.
it helped so much because I was like, I
Yeah.
stuck with her right now. So,
Yeah,
but last thing I will say about Marvel Rivals is apparently a lot of the X-Men are leaked
Yes.
to coming
I saw
through.
mad leaks.
hype for that.
Yeah, what are you guys thinking?
This roster, bro. There's so much possibilities,
There's
bro.
so many.
There's so many possibilities, and listen, bro. I don't know if people are being funny on TikTok about like the lobbies right now for Overwatch 2, but man, this Marvel train is only gonna get crazier.
Oh, yeah,
Did you
absolutely.
know that NetEase made a previous Marvel game before?
I don't know what
Really?
that is.
They made
What's NetEase?
NetEase, the creator of
The more you know.
Marvel Rivals.
I didn't know.
Oh,
So they created like another. It wasn't a MOBA. It was another
I
multiplayer
heard about it.
like Marvel game. Like a
Yeah.
couple years ago, complete dud. Like it was like a hero type of game.
Mhm.
I honestly I didn't play it, but I watched like a video about it,
Mhm.
and it failed because like you could see like the designs weren't that great. Like the characters were cool, but like the gameplay wasn't fun.
Yeah.
And I think that this time around NetEase is in their bag. The
Mm.
gameplay is so good. The designs are like sometimes like I won't buy the costumes, but it's
Yeah.
just nice to like
Look at them.
you
Yeah.
know? Another thing, just in case if you do decide like, you know what, I'll put some squirrel down, I want to like buy some of these costumes. Watch videos first of people with gameplay in those, because there's some costumes that end up taking more space of the screen and take space from like your visibility. So like,
Ah.
for example,
bro,
like,
it's in the weeds.
Yeah,
Right?
I didn't know
I'm
that.
giving you some tips right now. So you know, like Jeff, right? The shark.
The shark.
So you know, how, like for the holiday
All
one,
my
he gets
homies
that
hate
like
Jeff.
he gets like that like
The jacket
the cute like pink
or the pink one?
yeah,
Okay.
the pink fuzzy thing.
I heard.
So
yeah.
if you put it on, because it's like it makes him thicker, it takes up way more of the screen space. You're seeing less of your opponents. So
Yeah.
like, imagine you spent money on that, and you're like, shit, I can't even use this. I got to refund this.
Make your
no
life
refunds.
Mhm.
So
Man.
just be careful. You know what I'm saying?
All right, well, we've been yapping for a while. We didn't get to talk about you yet. So,
Yeah.
Izzy, before we get into the final portion of this, I
Final
think
portion.
people need to hear kind of who you are before you're even allowed to talk
Uh-huh.
about. How dare you talk about anime intros? You don't know how to make music. You don't know how to create. You don't know how to do anything visual.
Never,
You're not the best Filipino in the fucking world.
never that.
So, Izzy, man, who are you, man?
So Izzy, man, you can find me on Instagram, Izzy Music, IZZY MUSIC. You go to my website, izzyman.com. 2010, I was on a mixtape with Talib Kweli. I produced this rap and R&B song, honestly, just for fun. Because Talib Kweli thought my stuff was good, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just do this for fun. Had a band. I linked up with this group called Collaboration. It's this big Asian American artist collective that was in New York and throughout the US. Through that, I was able to like get a lot of like really cool shows, open for Aquafina, open for other like high profile like Asian American artists, have some albums out, and really just like I just like focus on making art for myself, like just doing dope things.
Ooh.
You know, my background was slam poetry. I used to compete nationally with my college. So that's where I really learned how to like speak and like perform.
That's pretty cool.
Obviously parlays all that into like my work. I work in advertising, a lot of like talking and meetings and stuff like that. So and then actually just recently was speaking at the Philippine General Consulate, talking about my space of being a Filipino, doing innovative things in the ad space, while also talking about my creative endeavors. So besides doing music and writing, working with musicals with this program Haven Kids in the Bronx, helping like inner city kids like do musicals and like like find their creative voices.
Yes.
But also like loving to do hip hop dance choreography, working with Dance Works New York's NYC in Astoria, doing a lot of like film for videos, doing a lot of these things with a lot of our friends in general. New York is such a like big space to do creative stuff. Like the fact that y'all are even making a podcast and talking about your passions, that to me is like so dope. And like it's something that like you have to remember, anyone has an idea. Y'all out there are probably watching like, yeah, I'll make a podcast. Do it then.
It's all about execution, man.
All about execution, because like anyone can have an idea, but it takes special people to actually make something happen.
Yep.
And for me, when my parents came here from the Philippines, like they kind of set that tone for me. It'll be like, yo, I can do anything, so I'm gonna just do whatever I want and do it the best I can. So here we are.
How was doing that panel? Like, how did that feel? Because like I know you take a lot of pride in like your Filipino heritage and everything you do create. Because like we said before, you've made our intro and things like that. But like you've also like you do photography stuff. You like shoot and edit music videos. Like you're much more than just like a musician. Even though like I'm gonna label the episode name as "Musician Destroys their favorite anime intros," but you're much more than that. So like, how was kind of doing that presentation and kind of setting that all up? Because it seemed like a big deal. Yeah,
so it was really interesting because apparently like over 150 people like registered. There was like,
but what was the name of it again? Where was it at?
It was at the Philippine Consulate, like literally like on 5th Ave and like in Midtown. Like this is where like for any reason, if Filipinos got to look for like political asylum, they can run there, and that's like Philippine land, right? But they essentially invited a bunch of leaders in the ad space to talk about their innovation. So it was really cool. There were people like CEOs and chief creative officers of like ad agencies talking about like, their work as a Filipino and their heritage. And what I kind of spoke about was really driving these 3 words that like dictate what I've been kind of like, what's been driving my success. And the 3 words is creativity, authenticity, and community. And the idea is anything that you do, like y'all are doing this podcast, what makes you different from a different podcast? Your creativity. Authenticity. What makes you so dope about it? You actually are watching anime. Y'all are in the weeds. Y'all are talking to the community. Yeah, you're getting roasted in like other videos, but that's crazy that, to be honest, that's a badge of honor that someone made a video about your video.
Bro, it had 1.5 million views.
How crazy is that? Like, that's insane to me. And like, to be honest, that's kind of dope. No one's ever made a video about like the things I've done, like to refute them. And what that means is people are listening and people care. And that also says authenticity, right? And then the last thing is community. Like what I love about being born and raised in New York, like anything you want to do music, there's mad musicians out here. Learn from them, get with them, like work with them, and then start performing with them. You want to do podcast stuff, you want to do anime stuff, you want to do acting, film, dance stuff. There's so many different worlds already in New York that people are doing, incredibly doing. And you can just go and be like, yo, what's up? Can I help? Can I learn? Can I do it? And then you can go do it. So like at the end of the day, it's just like, if you want to go do something, go do it. But as long as you have those 3 tenets leading you, creativity, authenticity, community, make it happen.
Bro came in cooked. You worked on the speech already at the Filipino
That's
Consulate.
what happened.
Let's go!
I love that.
I know they scream for you.
So,
I love that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, like, you got to be real, and you got to, as long as you're doing stuff that you're passionate about, it'll speak through it.
Yeah.
And that's why people are watching this show, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. How was it having to make our intro out of nowhere?
So
I was like, hey, so I need you to like come up with something real quick. Just combine these 2 and figure it out. I'm gonna let you do your thing.
Yo, so honestly, it was a dream of mine to be able to work with something within like the anime space. Again, like talking, especially when you said, all right, so we had this idea of like One Piece and like Sailor Moon. And by the way,
Izzy started like the beginning parts of the logo too.
You were the first one. Yeah.
And like I remember, so I didn't watch Sailor Moon, but I watched some of it. I
Yeah.
remember the intro for sure because it was also part of the Saturday morning cartoons with like Dragon Ball Z and stuff. Excuse me. And essentially, like, you know, just the idea of like, what's the most iconic parts of the theme song? What's the most iconic parts of, you know, which One Piece theme song, obviously, and also wanting to really find like a middle ground to like
Connect
have
them.
right. Excuse me. But yeah, so like it honestly was super easy, very inspiring, and once it came to me,
Yeah, man, you cooked with that.
Woo-woo.
It sounds so good.
Truly, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, can you do like lo-fi, but like combine these two? But I don't have any other tips for you. I was like, this is
Say go.
because like his thing. I told you guys like I don't consider myself a creative person. I'm a delegator. I'm good at executing and delegating tasks. You know what I mean? So like, if I ask you to do something, that's because I genuinely cannot do it.
Yeah.
I will try my best to do some things. But I'm like, I don't do beats. I don't make beats, bro. Like,
Corey, you got to give yourself your own flowers.
He never
Creativity
does.
doesn't mean just creating music or things. Like creativity also means, what are we talking about? How do I link what you're talking about to what you're talking about to what I'm going to talk about? That's creativity. Creativity is, how do we set these microphones up in a couch with these cameras set? That's creativity, dog.
The flow.
I need you to understand, no one just wakes up thinking of these things. So give yourself your flowers.
He
everybody's
should.
so creative.
Drop a comment how much you love Corey in the comments below.
He really is the
They're
one
gonna
putting
roast
this
me.
show
They're gonna be
together.
like, oh, brother, this guy stinks. Well, we're gonna get into a lot of "Oh brother, this guy stinks" because I will be taking a back seat from here on because Izzy has gone through me
Yes.
making him sit through anime intros
Woohoo.
and judging not only the song but the visuals of them
You
Yes.
already know.
across many generations. I
He's
have
done
shown
this.
Izzy at least 150, maybe 100 something
A
songs.
lot. It was a lot.
That's a lot.
It was like a
Okay.
One Piece
Yeah.
situation.
And we did it.
honestly.
It took us about a year to do the series. It's,
Yeah.
it's a trilogy. They kind of look like Rush Hour covers,
Oh.
because Black and Asian people, we always out here, out here. You already know. So
Red Note.
he's made. I don't know what's on Kimmy and Danny's list, but
Okay.
Kimmy and Danny are
Don't.
both going to play their 5 favorite, alternating between their 5 favorite anime intros. Danny didn't listen to me that Izzy would take into account the visuals.
Yes.
So who knows what he's about to play? But I did give them a heads up. Hey, he might have
He
heard them
did.
before.
Yeah.
This is how he's going to critique them. This is the point of the critique.
Mhm.
There's going to be stuff he's never seen, so he doesn't have any context. So you can't. People in the comments, you've done it in all the past videos, but he doesn't even know what this means.
Right.
He can't even. He's like, that's the
That's the
point.
point.
That's the point.
You
Yeah.
didn't watch the episode, but you don't know the arc.
They
though.
did that with me in One Piece, and what was the other one? Bleach.
Not as much in Bleach because Bleach fans are a little nicer.
Okay.
They are.
No, but either way, I
Yeah.
have done them,
Naruto
so
fans are not.
I want to see.
Naruto
No,
fans
oh,
are not.
Naruto.
And
Not
I'm
yet.
sorry.
That's the next
Some
one.
of those Naruto like openings.
None are on my list.
Oh,
Oof.
Perfect.
So
all right.
this segment of the video, I don't know who wants to go first.
I'll go
but
first.
The structure of this video will be going back and forth with Kimmy and Danny's 5 favorite anime intros. It will equal 10 songs. Izzy will watch them on somebody's phone. Hopefully they can pull it up for him.
I'll pull it up.
I'll announce what the song. Let me know or let one of you guys say what the song intro is.
Okay.
What the number it is, and then Izzy will give a ranking: S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier. Do we want to give D or just skip to F?
F.
A Z tier.
No D. So
Nice.
a Z.
A Zeha.
You want
We'll
that to
put
be
a
F?
D just
we'll
in
do,
case.
we'll do an F.
Let's do a D and F.
You want a D and an F?
Yeah,
D and
because
F.
even
You
if
want a
no
D
one,
and an F.
if
Yeah.
even if no one
A, B,
uses
C,
it.
D, F.
Yeah. So Izzy will be critiquing these anime intros, which tier it is, and
These are our top 5.
these are their top 5
Yikes.
favorite anime.
I hope-
intros.
I don't know about Kimmy, but for me, like I've been listening to these songs for a
Oh,
long time.
Okay, these are also ones that bangers on my playlist, but I also had to take into account visuals, so I had to really go back and be like, does this bang on the eyeballs? I don't know.
Most anime fans don't ever think about
But-
that. They're like, but the song, you're like, okay, but it looked like shit.
But here's the thing too. I
Forget.
need to also point out that even if like the visuals aren't like the most exciting, sometimes like even if it's like a chill, but it makes sense. Like
Yeah.
the whole you don't know how I'm going to just
Okay,
critique
perfect.
these.
Exactly.
At the end of the day,
He's not going to hate on it just because it's old either.
right?
I know. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I love
Good.
some old ones too.
All right, cool.
But I'm glad neither one of us put a Cowboy Bebop because I was like, that's such
perfect.
it's a bitch answer. Like
No.
as
Easy
Danny
point.
said,
No,
Basic
it's
bitch
even
answer.
even if I've never watched it, I'm sorry that song goes
Yeah.
so hard.
it
So
goes
Tank-
hard. It's
Tank goes
everyone
hard.
will say that.
So,
you know?
so when you play it, make sure it's under the mic so the mics don't pick it up. Don't want to get copyright striked.
Yes.
We don't
No.
need that now because now we're monetized.
Hey,
Yes.
Yeah,
let's go.
we can
Bra,
lose
bra,
money
bra,
for
bra.
that. So who wants to go first?
Danny
I'll
said
go
he's going
first.
first.
Okay.
So, in no particular order, this is in my top 5. This is always in my Spotify wrap up. Like, it's always in my top 5 because I
Hell
play this
yeah.
song all the fucking time. It's Asterisk by Orange Range, Bleach's #1 opening. It's the
Okay.
first opening ever. So, you can hit play whenever you're ready. I have it loaded up.
Oh, I remember this.
Have you heard this yet?
I don't think so.
You have. It was on the list before.
Okay. I like the song. It's like chill. The critique I have for the visuals. Oh, I like the rap part. It has style. I'll give it that. It has style.
Hey.
Oh, I like it when they're starting to animate stuff. It's cooking now. Oh, okay. I'm liking this part with the sword fighting. Okay. As it's going, I think the second half is way better than the first half. I think the song. I like the song. It's not one of my favorites.
Mhm.
It so the first half of the intro, it's one of the things that I hate a lot about anime intros, where it's just still images and they're just like moving, and I'm just like, all right, this feels lazy to me.
Mhm.
However, what I will say is it has style in it. Then it starts to animate. I'm like, all right, this is cool, and started giving me a little bit of what the show is about. The song to me feels a little like the rapping was cool. I like that it's like catchy a little bit, but it doesn't like get me going anywhere.
Mhm.
I'm gonna give that. I think I'm gonna give that a C.
Cool.
He's like,
Tears.
It's already out the gate.
I
Danny,
hope I can leave here alive.
Danny, do you have any refutes to that? Because like,
Yeah,
you have,
I would like to hear-
I'm not a-
you have to speak for the comments.
I'm
Yeah.
not. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not a music guy. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm really bad with music and being able to tell, refute any of the critiques that you gave it. All I can say is that that came out in like 2005.
Yeah,
So
Pure nostalgia.
yeah, for me, it's
For
pure
sure.
nostalgia.
And-
I think it's super catchy.
and I think it's catchy. I think it's just more like because I've heard so many anime openings now to this point, where in the span of like a minute, the songs change and gives me so much range and variety, and I'm just like, if I'm hearing the same song style over and over, like again, I like to harken back to One Piece, which came out in 1997 or 1997, right?
99.
99, and it's like that song, it's not the same thing repeating. It's like it's got grooves, it's got different things. Dragon Ball Z, like that same. That's the kind of thing that I kind of like harken back to. So when I hear like a typical, and especially in the 2000s, a lot of anime came out with like a lot of this J-rock stuff, and it starts to sound like the
The
same.
same.
So I don't think it's bad, but I also don't think it's like, oh, this doesn't like push me forward.
I believe you gave it a C or a B last time. When we made
Yeah,
this video.
I was like a B- C+ is
Yeah,
what I would give
and
it.
we don't give minuses a plus.
Right.
It's only hard letter grades here.
Yes.
All right, next
you're
up.
I'm sorry.
Well, Izzy, you want to let people know
The
at least
beginning.
since we're going with the musician thing, at least let them know what instruments you play.
Oh, so like I grew up playing like the alto saxophone, the clarinet. I play a little bit of piano. I produce a lot of my music. But again, I also need to point out, music is subjective. Like I love hip hop. I'm in the world of hip hop, R&B. I make pop music. I make dance, trance, whatever. But I love rock. I love like folk. We talked about like Timothee Chalamet's movie, Bob Dylan. Like I listen to Bob Dylan now. Like I love all sorts of music. So I'm very open to things. It's more about like, does this like drive me to want to watch the show?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think with that intro is like, oh, this intro is for people who watch Bleach. This intro is not going to get someone who's never watched Bleach to watch Bleach. That ending part, like where they're fighting with the swords, I'm like, wait, that looks lit. Now I might want to watch Bleach. But if it's just like this and they're just like rotating around them, I'm like, that doesn't tell me anything,
Yeah.
Old school 2005 style.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, so this is Haikyuu, that volleyball anime, season 3 opening by the Burnout Syndromes called Hikari R.
Are they?
Are.
I specifically chose not to put that in mine.
I'm gonna restart it. Oh, I like this song already.
You know Japanese?
Oh, okay. Themes. Wait,
I hate that he's rocking it with it so hard.
You should have
wait. This is
chosen.
actually kind of lit.
I knew she was going to put it on, and Haikyuu is her bag more than it is mine.
Wait, this is getting me hyped though.
It is a good season.
Oh, that sweaty dap. Ooh. Yo, when he goes, the octave ups are crazy. Okay. For an anime intro about an anime that like about a team that plays volleyball, that kind of goes hard.
Yeah.
I think just even the beginning, the way that the song starts chill, and you just hear like like
The build up.
it got me into it. The visuals were dope. The mountain, eagle. I was like, okay, that's an A.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Let's
That's an A.
go.
That's an A. I'm sorry.
At least,
it's a
at least
great
Danny's
song.
happy. He's like, well, it's not my W, but it's a W.
Yeah.
A W
No,
for the
it's like-
culture.
Because like I felt like that got me hyped to be like, wait, I think I might want to watch that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's a great season.
Yeah.
It's like the perfect opening for it too. I love that opening.
This intro is either everybody loves it or there's a couple of people that hate it just because they don't like the guy's voice. But it's
so
subjective.
that's the one thing I was gonna say. Like the voice is super unique.
Yes.
But I enjoyed it with I think it broke through like the riffs and
Yeah.
stuff. And I really liked that. Like once he started doing those like little octave things, that's what honestly what took it from a B.
yeah.
Because like I was like, I think it's a B. Then he started doing crazy things with his voice. I'm like, wait, hold up.
Yeah. Yeah. He cooked. It was great.
All right, look at that.
All right. So next up for me, this is hard because I can't find the opening without there being like not a watermark. I don't know. You'll see.
I don't care about the watermark. I'll look past the watermark.
The opening, it's in the background.
Okay.
So this is Shut Up and Explode by Boom Boom Satellites for an anime called Xam'd, Lost Memories.
I don't think I've.
Never heard of it.
I
No one's ever heard of it. Came out in like 2008.
Yeah, I'm like, that's why it's a watermark.
Oh hell yeah! Oh. Oh hell yeah! That song. This song is really good. Okay. I like the song a lot. It reminds me of the Cardinals. Oh hell yeah! I was waiting for some fast chips or something. I wish that there was more action. That's the only thing I wish.
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh. I was like, I felt like there was like a sneeze that I was about to hold. Like so it reminded me so much of like there's this song on Gran Turismo 2. It's like a Cardinal song. It's like boom, I don't know. It's just like you hear a song and you're like, yo, I want to run a car really fast. That's the kind of song that gets me going. The only critique I have is like just a lot of scenes of just people standing around.
Yeah.
You know?
Mid-2000s.
And to me, but and there's like that scene of like there's like the ship flying and there's like something, and then again at the very end the guy like does a thing and he becomes like a metal bird or something.
Yeah, is an alien.
Yeah, right. And but the thing is, I thought he was gonna go and pop off, and then it stopped.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason why I'm giving it a B.
Okay.
Because I wish that the visuals.
You went up one level.
Hey.
I'm just. It's not about. Listen, man. It's not you. It's the. I just wish that, because again, I've seen anime intros where they'll have a high energy song and there's like stuff going on.
Yeah. But Danny also really like wants to beat Kimmy, so it is like it like he is like it is him.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Well, that song is honest. So personally, I think that song was better. It's the best song I've heard so far.
But you like the visuals.
The visuals didn't really get me to watch the show. That's also like how I'm gauging. It's like, is it getting me to like, oh, I gotta watch this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right.
It's not that good of an anime, so don't worry.
Okay.
All right.
But banger intro.
Banger intro for
All
sure.
right. So
B.
the next one for me, Kakegurui opening 1. It's
Really?
the gambling anime.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So here we go.
It is. It's funky.
Did we watch this? Okay, style's high. This is like Tank Part 2.
It's like what?
It's like Tank Part 2.
People who do
Oh.
Cowboy Bebop.
Very jazzy. Oh,
It's crazy. A lot of people hate this intro.
This one? I love it.
No, I loved it too.
nah, the style in this is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
I love this like swing jazzy. Nah, the visuals go hard on this. It's telling me a lot about like the characters. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, they're twins? Oh. And there's only one dude. Cool. Oh, okay. The visuals are honestly on point. I'm very intrigued about what this shows. That ending was perfect. Yeah, that was really good. I really liked it. Song was dope. The musicality was interesting. It was not boring at all. It gets me hyped to watch the show. Don't even know what the show's about. Because, like, again, you said it was gambling. I couldn't tell. It felt like it was like one dude, 7 girls, and like he's about to get it going with all of them.
Pretty close.
So, but like the style was like super cool. I'm giving that an A.
Yes. Which is ironic because think of it mostly as lesbians. and he just happens to be there.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So if you see it from that lens, it's like, huh.
Interesting.
Look at that.
Another A.
Yo, the salt. Another A.
Cool.
He's been scrambling back here. I've been watching him like re-listen to intros. I'm like,
There was one that I was like, oh, I forgot about this one, but no, I'm not putting it in there. I'm keeping my list wholeheartedly true.
Okay.
All right, this one is After Dark, another Bleach opening. I think it's opening something. It's Asian Kung Fu Generation.
That's brave.
my Shayla.
Okay. I like the animation change. Song's cool. I like that this Bleach animation, this Bleach intro, it feels like it's telling me more of the story. I like the song change here too. Ooh, the style is really cool, the black and white. It's definitely better than the other Bleach one that you showed me. Okay.
And it's not a bold choice to pick another Bleach opening. You know how hard it was to not put a third Bleach opening? Bleach openings, hands down, as far as long-running anime are concerned, have some of the best openings in all of anime. Hands down. In all of anime.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Everybody's so creative.
There's so many anime long running. Sure, you got it, bro. But
long running.
There's better. Like you knew there's better like openings. You'd have to choose Bleach twice for like single.
That's a nostalgia trip right there.
I'm gonna give it a B. I think it was better than the first one. I think that the animation in it was better than the one that you showed me. The song, again, to me, it's like the song wasn't like as strong. Like I felt like the song itself just, again, it's not even like a taste thing. It didn't evolve. You know, it does, like you said, like it's of a time. And I think at the end of the day, a lot of anime intros had like this J-rock alternative sound.
Yeah, for sure.
Know? And again, like to your point, like if you have been on this show and you love it, then you listen to it, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna love it and I'm gonna keep it going. But without any,
no, that one for me was 100% nostalgia. That
right.
one, but I put it in there because I love that fucking song.
It was still fun.
You need to, and again, like it wasn't bad. It didn't like. I wish the song evolved more. That's it.
Anyways, so here's another one.
She flame boy. She said that was bold. You said you two. She said two from the same.
Yo, I can't wait for the next video where some guy's like,
that musician was wrong, and here's the 5 reasons why he was wrong.
I mean, granted, I went over all the Bleach anime openings. That's why I can say this. So
yeah, we made her sit through of all of them. So
I rated them,
so she knows them now. But she never watched Bleach either.
Yeah,
Got it,
I've never watched it, but they made
We're
me
gonna do a
see all the
Naruto
opening.
one next.
That's the last one, part of the trilogy.
heard.
Okay, so this is Blue Lock opening 2, Judgment. Yes,
I think I've seen this.
soccer anime.
We talked about this. I remember this.
It's always hits in the car when you're driving. Oh,
Well, no, I was saying put it down.
I love when Japanese people use English words and it feels so good. Dang, the art style is so good in this. Did we do this? Because I feel like we did this.
We did this. I don't remember what you gave it though.
Damn. I really think the song is so good. And the art style is so good. Yeah. No, the art style is like insane. I don't even know if the show's like this, but like the art style. Oh man.
Show's definitely not like that.
And the song is so good too.
Judgment, judgment.
She put her foot down. Did you see that? She like.
So that's gonna be an S.
Hey, man, you're not performing on stage. Why you keep moving the mic?
That's gonna be an S.
Yes.
Wow.
Our first S, guys.
The song was so that judgment was so like catchy. Honestly, what also got me in that song is at the very end that doo dee doo, like that ending was perfect. But on top of that, the art style was like just incredible. I don't even know if the show's like that. I actually hope that the show's not like that. Because if I saw a whole episode of that art style, I'm like, oh, it is too much. It's almost like watching like Into the Spider-Verse, but like it's just a lot sometimes.
Oh no, it's not.
But like as far as intro goes, that is like to me, I'm like, that is the epitome of what an anime intro should be. To use like all the elements of what animation can do to get people excited to watch a show about soccer. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we
Like,
can promise you one thing. It don't look like that in the anime.
Unfortunate,
sheesh.
but the intro,
That intro.
intro bangs.
Damn, that's an S. It's not looking
Like
good.
it,
It's not
that
looking
like
good
I
for you, brother,
genuinely.
man.
It's right. I listen.
Are you about to cheat?
These are no.
Oh, I don't know what you
You
about to
can
pull
change.
out.
My list. I am not going to change.
Okay,
Danny's a man of conviction.
he's standing
I am
on
stubborn.
business.
I am
This
stubborn.
one is Smile Bomb by Yu Yu Hakusho.
That's why I said cheat. S.
What? This? I don't know. We'll see.
Oh,
Nah,
it's
man.
that one.
This is like that meme of the guy who's like,
They play this at the club, so I know this.
nah, but also this intro to me is the epitome of like what makes a great old school intro. Like every frame is animated. It's not like a freeze frame and it's just like,
PNG
you know what I
lock.
mean? And sometimes people might even be like, are these just like scenes of the show itself? But to be honest, like it's making me excited to watch the show. Ah,
I've
the
actually
song.
never heard the whole thing before.
This song hits. This song hits, and every character has a moment. Ugh. Bring back Yu Yu Hakusho.
It doesn't need
Bring
to.
it back.
Ugh. No, you're right.
Perfect the way it is.
Don't do it. But also, like, do it.
Do it.
Ugh. Honestly, even nah. Even without my nostalgia goggles, this is an S.
Yeah.
This is an S because
Why you said it like? Yeah.
Smile Bomb hits. It
no,
hits.
that song is so freaking good.
Yeah. Well, I saw it pulled up on his phone. I said, "Oh, well, that's like a almost the same way you didn't use Cowboy
Tank,
Bebop."
yeah.
No, but to be honest, to your point, like you haven't heard. I haven't heard this in a long time. Like I've been seeing some clips of Yu Yu Hakusho, but I'm not seeing the intro. I haven't heard that in a long time, and I'm like, nah, that hits.
Yep.
That hits. I'm sorry. No bias. S.
All right, look at that, Kimmy, your fourth one. We're almost done, guys.
No. So this is Go Go Loser Ranger intro. This is a newer anime, but it's very no one knows it. I loved it from like just the intro itself.
I'm.
It's gonna
he's-
be hit or
No.
miss.
He's a Power Ranger fiend.
Oh,
Mighty Morphin
Fiend.
Power
Like if you
Rangers.
see his crib,
I got the helmets.
he's like his
Oh,
One Piece is
shit.
Power Ranger.
That's
Okay.
hot.
Yeah, my
Like he's a One Piece
is-
fan,
Yeah,
but his One
picture?
Piece is Power Ranger.
Yeah.
You
so
have to show me a
have you
picture
heard
of
of
that.
this
Yeah, I got
anime
you.
before?
So I've heard. Is this the one where it's like the bad Rangers?
Yeah, like the boys-ish
Yeah,
style
yeah, yeah.
Rangers. Yeah.
I haven't watched it, but I've heard of it. I
Okay.
haven't watched the intro yet.
Here we go.
Already. The song is lit. The art. Come on. No, the art style is incredible. Oh hell yeah! Come on. Nah, this. I need to watch this now. This song is so good. Is this on Crunchyroll?
Yes.
Oh. How many seasons?
1. Brand new.
Brand new. How many episodes?
12.
I'm watching it. Dang. The action is nonstop. The imagery. Oh, this is so cool. I want to cosplay this. Yo. Oh, that's so cool. And the kids singing. Nah, this goes so hard. That was lit. How do you give like an S plus?
Wow.
Bro, like
You should have heard Danny over here. Danny was over. Go ahead, say what you said.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I skipped it every time.
What? Oh my
I
god!
think I listened to it once in its entirety when I was making a bowl of cereal.
oh,
And then
That
after
is
that, I skipped it every time.
Nah, the song is
crazy.
really cool.
Did you even finish the show?
No.
Exactly. Mm-mm.
Dan, it exudes so much style. I hope the anime is like that.
It is. Well, not to.
Like obviously,
yeah, but it's.
but like just the color schemes. It told me some like it told me a little bit of what the vibes are, like the characters. And again, what I loved was they were like, yeah, focus on the actual like ranger vision. That was so dope, especially at the end. What really got me at the end when like you just see the ranger and then like the piece of glass came by and you saw all the characters' faces, and I was like, I need to watch it. Crunchyroll, 12 episodes.
Actually, I think
I
it's
thought it was
Hulu.
Hulu.
Yeah, it's Hulu.
Oh
actually.
hell yeah, even better,
Yeah.
even better.
Yeah, it's on Hulu. and Disney
Just
Plus.
subbed, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's on Disney Plus too.
Well,
Subbed and dubbed.
Oh yeah, because
Subbed
they're
and dubbed?
together.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 less, say less.
I watched dubbed just because I was like, why not?
Why not?
Same.
I didn't think it was gonna be good, and I just threw it
Yeah.
on, and I was like, oh no, this ate.
It was one of
No.
those ones that was like, yo, guys, trust me.
Yeah.
I was like, trust
Corey
me.
put
You
us
like
on.
it a lot,
Well, I was watching it first, Power Ranger thing.
right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait a minute.
Yep.
No,
This show might be gas.
I'm dead ass gonna watch it once we're done with this. I'm going home. I'm gonna watch it like at least one episode.
So Kimmy got what? 2 S's, an A and a B?
Nope. All A's and 2 S's. A
Two A's and
S,
two
S.
S's. Oh, was that last? No, that was our fourth one, right?
Yeah,
That was
that's
the
fourth.
fourth
one,
one.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys have one more left each.
Yep. This one is going to be Rewrite by Asian Kung Fu Generation. It is Full Metal Alchemist, not Brotherhood. Full Metal Alchemist is
Original.
fourth opening.
Damn, you picked the
Original.
same group.
So we're going down an elevator.
It's not going to tell you a lot of story. I'm telling you that right now. When I found out about visuals, this was. I'll save it.
It's all good. It's all good. I know what you're talking about. So it's funny enough. I've seen this. I remember watching this like
No
way
way.
back in the day. I mean, you know, like
It was
this-
on
It's on Toonami.
Exactly.
Yeah, like it's giving standard. The song is catchy, but visuals isn't like. As someone who's watched a few of these episodes, just to watch our characters sit there and like look out.
That was most of my intros.
Yeah. All right, it's cooking now. Do we like the original versus Brotherhood better?
That's a question for y'all. I've never.
He wants to wait.
Oh.
Yeah, when I watched that video and then I found out about the visuals thing playing a part, I was like, oh, this one is not going to win me any favors.
Yeah, I mean, I'm giving it a C because I do think that the song is good. It's not bad. It just didn't really get me going. The visuals was like fine.
Yeah,
but again, also not bad. Like that's why I wouldn't give it a D.
Listen, I'm an old head when it comes to anime, like
which is fine. It's just
Izzy's way older than you, so.
But also, like you played Yu Yu Hakusho, that's from like the 80s. Like you know what I'm saying, like that's old, but like you can tell there was like, man, there's like love and care in that intro. That intro gave like, all right, guys, let's just show our characters. We're gonna play the song.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to date you by saying way older.
No, I'm old.
But like,
I'm old.
You're 32.
Yeah.
I'm an 87 baby, so.
I don't know the math.
I don't know the math either.
Do the math, guys.
Yeah, do the math. I'm old.
37?
37.
Yeah.
Wow, you cannot tell.
Yeah. As far as which one's better between Brotherhood and Fullmetal Alchemist, that's a very difficult question.
Got it.
I prefer the original Fullmetal Alchemist because I think it's a little bit darker. A lot of people and Brotherhood is just a little too happy-go-lucky for me, but I understand that it followed the source material a little bit more. I like the original ending a little bit better. Bless you. But you do have to watch 2 movies or 1 movie in order for the story to be fully wrapped up. But it is what it is.
Cool.
Well, give me final intro.
Final intro. This one's funky.
You're not gonna say the name. You're
not sorry. It is.
This one's funky. I'm like
Beastars opening 1 in Japanese. So
no, I remember this.
I was like, when you played it, I was like, oh, she cooking with gas.
No, I remember this. I remember what I gave this to.
Oh, okay. So you've seen it before.
Yeah. No. This intro, so good. Also, the claymation style.
Not even because I think they're felt.
Feltmation. Wait, I don't think maybe I did. Did Beastars have other intros?
Yes.
Only 1, right?
There's multiple seasons, so it's like 3 or 4.
There's only 2 seasons. Oh, wow.
Third one came out more recently.
Yeah, I remember I like the song, I like the style. But it's anime.
Mm-hmm.
Is it in this style?
Nope. Pure anime.
No, CGI.
Oh, damn. He ate her.
Or did he?
I would give this an A. This was an A.
Yeah.
This was an A for
See,
sure.
my choices were all, do I jam to it in the car? You know?
It's a jam. It's a jam for sure. Visually, I thought it was like super interesting and cool, but like I just felt like they didn't do it. Like then they were dancing, and I was like, could have done something.
Yeah, I was like, it's gonna hit or miss, and it's like, okay, it doesn't really get too up until like you see like, oh, but did he eat her? Mystery at the end,
Right.
you know, little bit.
A is still good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and just so people know, they're not choosing like the best animes of all time. They're
Right.
like 5, favorite
Intros.
like anime intros. So, Kimmy finished with 2 S's and 3 A's.
Yep.
3 A's.
And Danny had the whole alphabet.
Nah, no D's, no
D's,
F's.
no F's. Hey, that's okay.
You had what? 2 C's?
2 C's, 2 B's, and an S. That's like my high school
Yeah.
career.
Hey.
So now that Izzy is finished, Danny, what did we learn today? How do you feel about Izzy's rankings?
feel
How do you feel about his critiques?
old.
Do you feel any reflection on how he views the things that you enjoy?
No. It is what it is. Again, like I chose not to change any of my picks. I came in 10 toes down. I love what I love. A lot of the songs that I played, I like listen to them literally all the time. And this is back, like again, this is mid 2000s. Linkin Park was like at its fucking hype. So all that J-Rock shit,
It was
like
great.
Yeah.
that's like the inspiration. And yeah, it's definitely nostalgia for me, and I'm totally comfortable with that.
And I do want to clarify, like, I love me some Linkin Park, like Meteora, that first album that they had, Paper Cut.
You're gonna lose him. He don't do music at all.
Oh. I'm just saying, Linkin Park in general, I love them hardcore. So like, you know, I always say too, like, you know, you love these things, and I know y'all out there watching this. Like, I know I'm saying these scores, and you're like, man, this band is wrong. Like, I could be, because again, music is subjective. If this gets you going, that's great. I'm just some jabroni out here in the interwebs, like putting some arbitrary scores on these things that,
and your music's not even that good, right?
And my music's complete garbage. So, you know, so I mean, like, honestly, live your unapologetic self. I'm actually glad that you were like, you know what, I'm just gonna show you what I like anyways. And guess what? Look at that. Yu Yu Hakusho still got an S because that song slaps.
You stay true to who you were, Danny.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Listen, the rankings were all about the friends you made along the way.
The bonds.
The bonds.
It's all about the
bonds.
bonds.
Kimmy, how do you feel about how he ranked yours or his critiques? I mean, you kind of
ate there. He was correct.
He was correct.
He didn't miss.
Yes.
The only thing I was surprised about is that Judgement got an S. Not for anything bad. I was just
surprised.
like, okay. Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't put any of My Hero openings in there.
I looked at them and they're not S tier or A tier.
She knew in her heart. She was like, listen.
I banged to them.
You stuck with Bleach. She said, no, these ain't.
Yeah. No, I looked at it and I was like, these are too, visually, they're too general. It's too tropey.
Yeah.
It's overdone. I was like, no.
Which this in itself, even when I was like doing it with him, it is kind of a challenge because you start to look at anime intros a little bit differently than the way you used to before. You're like, you know what? Okay. Outside of like the nostalgia, him not watching these shows, he's just like, looks like shit.
And also like having the goggles of like trying to be arbitrary about all it. Like we watched some One Piece stuff and I was like, just because I love One Piece.
Before you was a One Piece fan too.
Yeah, and right, but even that, like, even though I'm a One Piece fan now, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, yeah, every intro is a bang. No, like there's some intros that I'm like, this is pure laziness, you know, like, and that's the thing. Like, if you're an animation studio and you want people to get excited about your show and not just like rest on the laurels of your fans that keep coming in, make a banger intro. Don't just like have your crew standing in a field of like windy grass and then have like a rock song playing. Like, that's not telling me anything. It doesn't get me going. And then some of the S tiers that I've given throughout these episodes, it's like, nah, this is like changing. Like, I feel like I'm missing something in my life not watching this show because of this intro.
Yeah.
And whatever I gave an S tier to those today, like, that's how I felt. Same thing with Yu Yu Hakusho. Now I'm like, damn, I haven't watched Yu Yu Hakusho in so long and I missed that, so I gotta watch it now.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't believe Danny said I skipped that Go Loser show.
Yo, that's insane. I'm sorry. Like,
no. Izzy's like, this shit is peak.
No,
this
is so good. It is so good.
So the first time I watched it, I said, oh, okay. I misunderstood, Corey. Let me lock in.
I honestly want like frames of it and like just like put it on my walls. Like,
it's so pretty.
It's so
it's
good.
very
pretty. Your head, you'll love it.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I'm a little bit of a music buff. I used to be an intern at Def Jam. You know what I mean? A little bit. I worked at A&R, bro. I found Trinidad James and all that. You know what I mean?
He's been to a few Diddy parties. So.
Well, Izzy, thank you again. Thank you again for taking the time to be on this really, really long episode of the Moon Piece podcast.
This is probably our longest. No, D&D is the longest.
Yeah, D&D was long, bro. We did D&D and it was...
You played?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
That's not an episode. That's like
it's a episode.
It was an
like
episode.
a series, dog.
Listen,
I know. We want to go back.
I was
going to say a one shot is like hours.
Yeah.
3 hours.
No, it was 3 hours.
Yeah, no, we was here. We was here for like 4 hours.
Just the setup is like...
Listen, bro, she taught us. We had a dungeon master. Shout out to Robin. Held it down, bro. Held it down for us.
Yeah, she taught us how.
But yeah, bro, thank you again. Obviously, you know, the fact that we're having you on so after the fact, after obviously what you did for us in creating the intro and like helping us start off the logo, like you're essentially OG Moon Piece. Like you got the merge. Like you've been around. You knew when the idea was budding. So we really appreciate you for taking the time to sit here and sit through more anime intros.
Honestly, honored to like be a part of the process. Like again, like, you know, the fact that y'all even invited me to get on is like, I feel so grateful and again, honored and humbled to be here. But like, I'm also in the business of helping my homies proliferate and do successful things. So like helping with the logo and helping with the song, that's light work. Like anything else you guys need, whatever you need to get you to the next level. I'm team Moon Piece. That's what I'm
and that's why you're getting a Keyblade.
Woo! Oh, Sean. Sorry.
Jesus
Sorry, Sean.
Christ, bro. I'm like, why would you say that? He's literally gonna be like, wow.
I was gonna text Sean and be like, "Yo, skip to timestamp."
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
Well, before we close out, let everybody know where they can find you and where they can follow you, Izzy.
You can find me izzyman.com, dynastystyle.com, socials, Izzy Music. You can find me on PlayStation. Catch these hands on Marvel Rivals.
Hey.
The Isness, TheIzzNess. But yeah, also I'm in Queens. I'm in New York. I'm on these streets.
And I know that you wanted to preview a song, so I'll definitely put it in the edit. Like
Yeah,
after
we
the
can put it in
song,
the
you
edit.
send me the audio. I'll play in the end so people
Hell
can
yeah.
listen to it. Don't copyright strike us.
No copyright. Well, songs unreleased yet. Working on some things. I might be putting out an album. Last thing. I started my friend's short film focus track. It's in the editing process, post processing. We're waiting to see when it's going to be released sometime this year. He's going to start promoting it in some festivals. Working on potential music and album to coincide with that. Stay tuned. So we'll go from there.
All right.
Hey.
Well, on closing that all out, make sure you guys subscribe to the Moonpiece podcast. Make sure you
Please.
follow us on all platforms, TikTok, Instagram, all of that. Leave a like for this episode if you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed Izzy rankings on Hate Them, if you think that these guys chose horrible songs to be in this ranking, if he's a horrible musician, just let us all know in the comment
know.
section
Yes.
below. So, on that note, y'all, enjoy your life, yo.
See ya.